So Chris just walked up to me with some crazy cards and he said he might be interested in trading. All of these are pretty special, right? I mean, you've got the incredible Connor McDavid, Wayne Gretzky on-card autos, two of the all-time greatest hockey players, Ovechkin, who's chasing that record, a high-grade 56 Topps Mickey Mantle, a really nice True Gem Plus LeBron James SPX rookie, and then you've got Kevin Durant, whose market's down right now, but that's an exquisite patch auto for Kevin Durant. All five of those are beautiful cards. What are the approximate values of each of these?
We'll just go through comp. This is 90. This is a recent comp at 16.67. It's around a $16,000 card. This is right around 5. There's one sale at 14.76, but it's a year ago. In my view, it's around 11.5 now. I'm open to trade on a few of them for sure.
These two probably I have the most interest in. All right, so I'm looking this up in Market Movers. No recent sales data in the PSA 8. PSA 6 sold just the other day for $3,500. You said, what did you say the last sale you found on this?
16.6.
16.6? Yeah, I'm most interested in that.
Okay.
So if there was a combo card you wanted to put together, I'd definitely be open to trading for that.
Perfect. Mainly trade then, Geoff?
Yeah, I'd want to do mainly trade on it.
Let me take a look.
Sure, yeah. Tell me if you want me to pull anything out, I'm happy to do so.
Perfect, thank you. I like the Crosby and I like the Youth Quake stuff that's.
I'm happy to do that on last comp.
Crosby's 14.4. This is, we'll call it 25.
So
16.9.
So 16.9. I love the Mantle. I would do the trade deal for the Mantle, which, you know, in terms of what you wanted to get out of it in cash.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm not offering you cash, but you're getting significantly more in terms of trade than what you wanted to get out of it in cash. So that's, I mean, you're getting basically an extra $2,500 for doing a trade deal for it, as opposed to doing cash for it, right?
No, I think it's definitely a fair offer.
I mean, I think it puts it right around the same price point. I'm more nervous about this one.
So you're fine at these two for this?
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that trade straight up. You want to do it?
Yep.
Awesome.
Great trade, Geoff.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great trade. That's fantastic. There you go. That's amazing. The 1956 Topps Mickey Mantle. This is one of my all-time favorite Mickey Mantle cards. It's one I don't own. Not only is that the iconic 1956 Topps design, but that's the year that Mickey Mantle won the Triple Crown. So that's got particular significance to any type of, you know, baseball collector. Hey, that's a card that Marshall Fogel would be proud of, a PSA 8 Mickey Mantle. I got one, Marshall. I know you'd be proud of that. That's fantastic. All right, so Dave just walked up to my booth with some cards he said he was interested in trading, and he said he had some big ones, and he was not joking around. That is Steph Curry's RPA from National Treasures from 2009, and this is the gold version. This is the version that is numbered to 25. This is the absolute top of the mountaintop Steph Curry card. Dave said he's willing to potentially work out a trade deal. I'm willing to see what we can do. I'm back at the Dallas Card Show, but today I'm doing something completely different. I've set up a dealer booth in hopes that I get some great trade offers walking my way. Let's see what happens. All right, so CJ's got interest in my Erling Haaland Color Blast raw condition here. I've got it marked at 500. He's been showing me the PSA 9s. Have been selling for a little bit less than that, so he's bringing me down on price on that a little bit, which is okay. And he's offering you to do a trade plus cash. This Jalen Hurts Silhouettes rookie card. If you're gonna do that card plus cash, what would you put on top?
We do like maybe 100.
I would do 150.
Maybe in the middle at 125.
I'd do that if you want to do it.
Awesome.
You want to do it?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, CJ.
Thank you so much.
You got a deal. So my own Zach here from my sports card investor team, my market movers team, says that I got a card that he wants to trade for us. So Zach, why is this card like so high on your radar of cards you have to have?
So I have at home the Rodman and the Pippen and a PSA 9 of this high voltage.
Oh,
I need the MJ.
This is truly a match made in heaven here.
It is.
Okay, so Zach's a big Chicago guy,
Huge.
Which means that Zach has theoretically a lot of Justin Fields cards, which is a player I'm interested in because going to the National here in a couple of months, I know Justin Fields is going to be a hot card up there. So what do you have, Zach? And let's see what we can do in terms of a trade deal.
So I've got a stack of Fields here. All of it's in PSA 10 with the exception of the blue, but that's numbered to 179.
Okay.
So that one's more limited, but the rest are 10s and varying values.
So those are cool. You also had a Jordan card too.
I do. Yeah, I've got this one, and then I think that these are pretty straight across, which would be this round ball royalty refractor PSA 9.
That's a cool looking card.
It's a beautiful card.
Visually, both of those cards are pretty cool. So have you looked up prices on these?
Yeah, so I use Market Movers, and I was able to figure out that, so this disco one is about $300. These other ones are a couple $100, and then these are the $100, $140-ish range, sort of, for the others.
I like the idea of having some Justin Fields go into the National. I don't know if I want that many Justin Fields cards to go into the National.
And I can throw a little cash if we need to, depending upon where it's at.
My other option, it sounds like, is to do the trade straight up for the round ball royalty.
Yeah, these are really close.
Okay. Value?
Let me see. Yeah, they're both comps in the like 11.
Yeah, this one was, I paid 11 something for that, I think. So, well, I'll tell you what, Zach, I think I'm going to keep things really simple.
Okay.
As tempted as I am to get a bunch of Justin Fields heading to the National, I think Jordan for Jordan.
I love it.
Makes total sense. Sounds like a great trade. Let's do it.
Deal, man. I appreciate you, Geoff.
There you go.
And now the trio is complete. You got yourself a beautiful classic refractor.
It is a beautiful Jordan. It's one that I do not have. Round ball royalty. You can never go wrong with another Jordan. So I love it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Appreciate the deal, Geoff. Thank you.
For sure. All right, so Tyler just walked up to the booth with a whole case full of goodies, and I mean a lot of goodies. I mean, like, you got some big cards in here, Tyler. You should be proud of this collection you've assembled. Just all kinds of really, super nice stuff.
Appreciate it.
I pulled out a pile. I went through the whole case. I pulled out a pile of things that interested me. Obviously, got a little Burrow. This Tim Tebow card probably doesn't interest a lot of people other than me, but as a huge Tim Tebow collector, I don't have the gold, so that was interesting. I thought that was cool. Just Favre and Aaron Rodgers on the same card together. Obviously, you guys know the history there. Herbert, I'm not a huge Herbie believer, but I do think that he'll be hot once again going into the football season. I thought that was real cool. What do you guys think about that one? Two guys who came into the league right at the same time. Two guys who I grew up watching play a ton. Beautiful on-card auto of both. I thought that was a pretty cool pairing.
That's their only dual auto together, too.
Is it their only dual auto together? Yeah, so these were the five that kind of most interested me. All right, Tyler, so anything for my case you're kind of interested in here?
The Jambalaya Kobe's pretty cool.
The only reason why I'm actually getting rid of this one is because I actually picked up a 9.5 version of it recently. That was a True Gem Plus 9.5, so I upgraded a little bit in total grade on this card, so I'm willing to let the, my lower graded version of it go. Anything else you want me to pull out?
This is interesting. The comps are all over the place.
There was one recent comp that was like real low.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, they had all kind of sold right around this level. What did you have in mind price-wise on these various cards here?
So that one, that's the sticker.
Okay.
This one got a 1400.
1400, yep.
1800.
Okay.
1200. 16K.
Okay.
The only comp on this one is a BGS 8.8. So 8 auto. The Iverson went off and the Kobe was smeared. And it did a 14.4 on auction.
Okay.
About a year ago.
About a year ago, okay.
So obviously taking into account.
Yeah, market was a lot hotter at that point.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a special card for sure. 16K. Gotta think if I really want to invest that much into that. But, all right, Burrow. Yeah, so I just looked up the Burrow and Market Movers, and 3651, 3550, 3400 recent sales on this in Market Movers. Let's look at the chart there. Yeah, so it's been right around that price.
Pretty firm at 6 on that one?
No, I probably get a little bit of room. So here would be my offer for you. My two Kobe's here. Obviously the two bigger cards in the deal. For the rookie ticket auto, Burrow. And then the Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre dual auto, and the Allen Iverson Kobe dual auto. And I put a value of, as I said, I put a value of around 12 on that. I haven't seen any sales of it recently. I think that one's very fair at 3,800. I'm comfortable with that. So that's like around 17 or so in my estimation.
Can I look at the Giannis auto?
Yep.
More interested in this one than this one.
Okay.
And then if you're able to get to like 5,500 on this.
Okay. All right, so we pulled that one back out. Is there anything else you're interested in?
Noise Boys Kobe or...
Yeah, I mean, I would do those two and the Noise Boys for those three.
I can get up to these for these.
Those two for those two? All right, we're definitely closer. All right, so you would be willing to do the Kobe, Allen Iverson dual auto and the Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre dual auto for the Jambalaya and the Giannis autograph.
Yeah.
All right, I think I do that. You wanna do it?
Sure.
All right, Tyler. Huge cards. Huge cards. Congratulations, man.
Hey, you too.
So these cards fit in perfectly with the types of cards that I love to collect. Real unique stuff that's got a story behind it. And that's the case with the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers dual auto, but this one's got the even stronger story to tell. The incredible Kobe Iverson combo coming into the leagues and taking the NBA by storm. This card will go in my vault for a long, long time. So Dave, you've got a price on here, kind of an asking of $150.
Right. Yeah.
And how did you come up with that number?
So in February, there was a PSA Authentic with a 10 auto that did 130 something.
Okay.
And then right now on Golden, with about 2 weeks left, there's a BGS 9.5 with a 9 auto, but this is by far a nicer patch. It also has a 10 auto. So I think that this card is worth around equal to what that 959 with a worse patch would be, and that's currently at 144. So I think this card is at least 140 right now. With more upside. I don't know, you had a lot of stuff here that obviously caught my eye.
What in particular is catching your eye for my case that you'd be interested in?
So as you saw, I'm a big vintage guy as well. So this bottom row here, D1 Bowman Mantle, the 3 Ruths. I love the LeBron, big LeBron guy.
Yeah.
The Kobe Refractor, the Burrow auto caught my eye over there, the gold auto.
Yeah.
The no huddle. We're pretty close on value on a number of these. I like this at 16. This one I'm a little closer to 14. Do we do 30 on the pair there and trade?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull some of these out then.
Okay. So I like the trio here at roughly 60.
The 3 at 60 combined? Okay.
Yeah. The LeBron, the high sale in the last 5 or 6 months is 15K.
That was without a 10 auto.
Without a 10 auto,
So-
they're doing 15, but there was one with a 10 auto December 4th that did 15 as well.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I'd like to beat it around.
I thought the last 10 auto was around 20 on that. But I could be
maybe
wrong.
I missed it.
Okay.
I saw the 15.
You could be right.
I'd like to beat around 16, 17 trade on that,
Okay.
if possible.
All right, I'm going to take some notes here as we go because this is going to be a complicated trade deal if this comes together.
Can I take a look at the Burrow?
Yeah, sure.
Do you can get to like 18 on it?
I could probably get it. I could probably get to 18 on it with what I have what I have into it for.
Okay.
All right, so we're at 96 there.
I like this Kobe Refractor as well. So there's recent comps at 29, 31, and 3. Last one being 29, 20. Could you get to 3 on this?
Yeah, I could probably do 3.
Okay. We're at 99,000.
You have any interest in Tiger? I got Big Tiger up here.
Potentially.
I got like, you know, a couple of big Hertz cards.
What are you asking on that?
30.
Is there any sale on? Did that
I
one?
got it relatively recently for 20, low 20s.
Could you get to 25 on the Hertz?
If we did the Hertz at 25, we're at like 124,000
Yeah.
total. I gotta get comfortable with this price too, though. Like
Sure.
I'm comfortable with those prices potentially, but obviously I gotta get comfortable with that. You know, the downside on Curry now is that they may blow up the team. I mean, obviously he's an absolute, you know, Curry's an absolute legend.
Top 10 of all time.
Top 10 of all time. And in the long term, fantastic card to have 20 years from now, without a doubt. The question mark is if Golden State now starts to become irrelevant over the next few seasons, does his market soften? A 959 sold back in January for 204.
Some would argue that a 910 with this patch beats that 959. What are you thinking you want to be on it at?
Yeah, I was gonna say 130 on it. That was kind of my gut on it. Like obviously I think you did get a deal picking it up for 111.
Yeah.
150 feels a little up there to me.
If I were to come down, could you make up the difference in cash? So all trade at 130 I think is a little low. But if it was like majority trade with some cash at 130 or 135, I could consider it.
I might be willing to do that depending on how much we're talking about. Like if you were to take everything we talked about and I were to fill in the difference with cash, I think I could consider doing that.
What do you think you would be at? We were at 99 there, right?
Yeah, we were 99 here. Yeah, we were 99 there. I do that stack in 30K cash. The mantle, I feel like we're a little low on that particular copy.
I agree the eye feels good.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm giving it the 20% bump.
Yeah, that's fair.
Could you get to 33?
So I'd split the difference with you and do 31.5 cash. So the stack of cards, 31.5 cash for the Curry. You're still making good money on the Curry, you know, based upon what you got it for. It's a worthwhile flip for you.
a few of these cards, I feel like I'm going a little higher than current market value. If you could do 31 and throw in the Kobe Dunkin' Donuts, you have a deal.
Interesting. It's a beautiful card. I like the Kobe. 31 plus the Dunkin' Go Nuts card.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. You got a deal.
Appreciate it.
All right, Dave.
Yeah.
There you go. All right,
guys.
huge deal. Huge deal on the show floor just went down. Basically a $132,000 deal between cash and trade to get this Steph Curry card. So you may be wondering, why would I be willing to trade vintage cards for a modern card like this Steph Curry? Well, the answer is that the vintage cards that I had, they were in pretty low grades. There are actually hundreds of those that exist in those grades that I had, whereas this Steph Curry, this is his absolute best rookie card in existence. Overall, I did really well in that deal, and I'm extremely excited about the card that I walked away with. Hey, Karn, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I saw this card yesterday, this LeBron gold yesterday. It would involve some trade. I want to see if we can work something out. Another sold on Golden for $270 in BGS 9, I think maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And then a PSA 9 recently sold for $288. And where did you want to be on this one?
So I'm looking to get 275,000 US.
275,000. Okay.
And the reason being, I do believe my copy does have really great centering on it, so the registration of the card is immaculate.
Oh, man.
And it's a 50 out of 50, just to...
It's a 50 out of 50, which is pretty
adds
cool.
a little cool aspect to it.
Yeah, I love this card. I want this card so badly. Are you open to doing some of that on trade?
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look.
Okay.
Sure.
I've got one of the 86 Fleer Jordan PSA 10s.
Yeah.
It's in my vault with PWCC. They've got it ranked top 30%.
I'd definitely be interested in taking that one in trade.
So what I would offer would be this card plus 90,000 cash.
90,000. Yeah, I think that's a great option. Is there any other options I can take a look at?
What you're probably going to be interested in.
Big Ovechkin fan.
This is another one. That's a real big one. That's a 10. That's a 10-10. I actually picked this up here last year.
Yeah.
At the Expo.
If you're able to throw in the McDavid and the Ovechkin, Jordan, and $80,000 cash, I think I'd be comfortable with that, and we have a done deal.
I guess the one thing that I'm having trouble with is on the LeBron, you're putting a premium on the trade value. And I recognize I'm the one proposing the trade to you. Is there anything else here that you have interest in?
I do like this Dunkin' Donuts. Throw 2 more cards in. Maybe I'll consider these as well.
All right, so I looked up recent prices on all of these. I've got this Jordan Dunkin' Go Nuts at $9,000, the Electrifying at $1,500. This one is sold for $11,000. This one we had at $30,000. LeBron is right at $3,000. Recently on eBay, one of these sold for $6,100.
We're a little off on Dunkin' Go Nuts.
Okay.
Maybe around $8,000 for that one.
I could probably get comfortable with $8,000 on that one. All right, so the Jordan from the vault at $180. These two at $41, and that's $221,000. And then these 4 combined,
$18,500.
$18,500.
And now we're taking the $18,500 off that $80,000.
I would do $50,000 cash. I can't go above $50,000.
This is a card I actually do want in my collection long term.
Okay.
I'm happy to hold it.
It seems silly to lose, close to a $300,000 deal over $10,000, but at the same time,
Yeah.
all right, you're gonna have to think about it.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Appreciate it, Karn.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, so what do you think? What do you think about that?
It's hard for me to tell you not to go get a gold LeBron because
Yeah.
those don't show up every day. But there are a lot of negative factors at play here, and Karn doesn't seem to want to move a lot more than he has already.
Yeah.
I guess another thing to factor in is what's your goal with that card once you have it. If you get the gold LeBron, what are you doing with it?
I'm holding it forever. It's not one that I have any interest in flipping.
Then I would get it.
Personal collection.
Then I would get it.
Out.
And with that perspective, you're not going to take a loss on the LeBron ever because you're not planning on selling the LeBron ever.
No, that would definitely be one for the PC for forever. All right, so I'm doing some math here. If I were to sell all of the cards that I'm offering him in trade, $240,000 worth of cards, assume I'm gonna pay 10% fees, whether that's eBay fees, buyer's premium that's gonna come out of it, consignment fees, an average of 10%. I'm gonna net $216,000 cash. So he's wanting a trade value of $300,000 for this card that in the market is really worth about $275,000. I feel like I made him a really great offer. I just wish he would come down a little bit in the cash difference and we could have a deal. All right, Karn, I'm back. I've been thinking about this all day long. I'm glad to see you haven't sold it, by the way. Are you still firm on your number, or did you come to the realization while I was gone all day that you should take the deal that I had originally offered?
I think I'm still firm, and I'm even getting a little bit of a pre-seller's remorse.
Oh no, pre-seller's remorse.
Even selling it at the number that I gave you prior, but yeah, I've been thinking about it all day as well.
Where we had left off, right?
Yeah.
Was that I had put into play my 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan PSA 10, which we put a trade value on of $180,000. The Connor McDavid trade value of $30,000. The Ovechkin trade value of $11,000. See, we had that one at a $1,500 trade value, that one at an $8,000 trade value, that one at a $3,000 trade value, that one at a $6,100 trade value, plus $60,000 in cash.
Yeah.
To get to the LeBron, right? So that's where we had left off.
Exactly.
After all of that. Okay. Here's my offer to you, and I think this is fair. I will do the $60,000 in cash, but I'm going to pull the Trout out. This is the wrong time to be selling or trading a baseball card. This will go back up as next season comes around. So this one I want to pull out of the deal for that reason.
If you took out the Trout card and added $5,000 cash instead, so I'm getting even $1,100 closer to you now, I think that would be probably my final offer on it.
So I'm only making up $1,100 by pulling this card out.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was hoping to make up $6,100 by pulling this card out.
yeah. 65,000 is where I'm at.
Oh,
seriously, like
you're not moving anything. You're not moving. I can't. You're like a rock wall.
Yeah,
I can't get you to move.
I really do love this card. It's not a matter of just making a profit on it or anything like that. I truly do enjoy it. Like, it's something that I want in my collection, and so it takes a little bit more to get it out of me here. You're getting the best card in the deal, right? So we're only $5,000 away.
So why do you think I should get the LeBron?
The views, number one. Owning that card is a crazy part of history, and you're trading up. Trading up's huge.
I think it's a huge buy.
Especially like nobody ever.
Do you work for him?
No.
Do you work for him? Can I see the card again? It's a beautiful card. All right, Karin, you're getting me for a little more than I wanted to pay for it, but you know what? I want to get the deal done. I want to do it. Let's do it,
good.
Karin.
We have a deal.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And thank you for shopping at Slap Sharks. Appreciate it.
Slap Sharks. There you go. Oh, dude. Wow. All right. That's massive. That's massive. That's the biggest single trade deal I've ever done in my entire life. That is it right there. A $288,000 trade deal. Almost $300,000. That's wild. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. I just heard that there is a Kobe card back here that is an absolute grail. A card that I love so much. I think it's almost an angelic pose, the way that this card looks. And it's one that I've wanted in my personal collection for quite some time. If you go back to the height of the sports card boom in early 2021, this card was $100,000, $150,000 or more in PSA 10 that this would sell for. Today, it's come down a lot, so maybe now's the time to see if I can do a trade on this one. See if we can work something out here.
For sure.
So just assortment of different things you want to take a look through.
Yeah, for sure.
See what might interest you. So the cards that he pulled out that he's interested in don't surprise me. He knows what he's doing, and he pulled out some of the more iconic cards in my case, some of the better ones, like a Steph Curry Flawless Gold, a rare Chris Paul rookie 1010 auto. You got the Mbappe first sticker. You got a Zion blue numbered to 199. You got some refractors there of Dwayne Wade. You've got a Topps Chrome X-Fractor of LeBron, a card that's probably on its way up right now. James Harden refractor, Kevin Durant rookie refractor, and that beautiful LeBron rookie auto. Those are the ones he's got the most interest in. These are all cards that I hate to trade because they're so wonderful, but at the same time, this Kobe is every bit as wonderful, more wonderful in my opinion than a lot of those. And so I'm willing to try to do something here to trade up to get a Grail that I really want. So where did you want to be on that?
I want to be at 30 on that.
You want to be at 30?
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the 30 price on that?
The 28 for the peel with greeting.
Yeah.
30 trade. I've been offered 25, 26 and a half cash on it.
Yeah.
30 trade.
Yeah, I was going to say cash-wise, I think that card's probably at around 26 right now. Seems to be around right. So if you're going to do a trade, you want a little bit more out of it. Is basically what you're saying.
I think cash card, if I wait and I'm patient with it, I could get 27, 28.
Yeah.
But 30 trade, I'm happy to do.
Okay, so I believe we got 30 trade right here. So this one's got 2 comps within the last couple of weeks of 925 and 975.
Okay.
So I put it at 950. This one has a recent sale on it at 6,600. I put 7,000 because it's a gold diamond. So it's a very nice, very nice 10. The most recent sale on this one is 1,700. I'll be honest, I think that that's a little high for it. That is the most recent sale. There was one quite a bit prior to that I think was closer to 1,000. But that most recent sale on that is 1,700. So we'll say that for now. Last 3 sales on this, 9,200, 8,200, 4,000.
How's that 6 sound?
I put 7 on it for the moment. I put 5 on the Harden. This I had 2,000 on, which I think is in line with, I think there were recent sales on this right around that. So I had 2,000 on that. This Wade, there hasn't been a sale on it for 2 years that I could find. So I just wrote down 1,300 on that. And then this one, I couldn't find any sales on it ever. I put it at 5,000. It's the gold 1 out of 10. On-card auto flawless. So that would total to 30,500. So that's my essentially slightly above what your ask was on it. And I feel like that's in line with comps, but feel free to take a look.
You wanted to be at 13 here.
1,300.
If we could do 12 at all, that would help me out. A 9.5 did 560 or 570. Zion's a little bit tough for me right now. He's just not the most liquid, even though I love where they're going. I love where the Pelicans are heading, and I love Zion going forward for the second half of the season. If we can call it 65, that's fine. This guy right here, I'd probably want to be at 800 on, if that makes any sense at all. If not, no worries. So with values of 2, 12, 6, 65, 4, and 950, that's what I get.
2650.
What if we called it 21? Would that make you feel better about the Zion?
And that puts us 9,000 apart.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't mind adding a little bit of cash in. I don't want to add 9,000 worth of cash in. There's a couple of cards I really, really want, but I'm struggling a little bit right now with deal. So basically I'll give you the full 7 trade on this. But then this one we'll do 15, which is kind of in line with recent cops. So I give you 8,500 trade.
You're the man.
All right.
Perfect. Great deal.
So I got to get you another 3,000.
See what else we could add.
With you. All right, so $3,000. I think this is maybe around 2. I don't know if the Luke interests you at all. Did you get a price on that one? Did you look that one up?
Well, that's cool. So how about 450? Value that at 450, and then you just pay rest cash.
Appreciate it, man.
Very positive guy. What you're doing, man, for the kids, the youth, the hobby, incredible, and I'm a big fan of it.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Rob.
What a deal. Let's show off what we
go.
did.
Let's show the cards off. Guys, check out Bridgeport Hobby as well. Shout out right there, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bridgeport Hobby. Rob's a great guy.
I took some cool stuff. I'm from Chicago. Gotta love D. Wade. He played 1 year in the city, which was kind of cool. Absolute legend. Love Dwayne Wade. So this is kind of a PC card. Look nice in the shop. Luka, honestly, the guy's killing it. He plays at his own pace. Can't go wrong with low-numbered Luka. Probably my favorite player in the NBA right now. Another Mahomes. Like I said, can't go wrong with Mahomes at all either. Face of the league. Show them what you grabbed.
Yeah, some real unique stuff. That's ridiculous.
Out of 5.
It's LeBron's favorite recording artist, praising Tiger Woods from Exquisite, which is, of course, a massive brand.
But the shoe.
You got the shoe.
Thank you so much. Oh, and he gave me cash, so let's not forget about that.
$400 on top of it.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
you, Rob.
Thank you for the deal.
Cash I have on here. I have 7,000 cash on me if I need to put any type of cash and get a deal done. It's funny looking at some of these cards that I want to trade away. A couple of these cards I took an absolute bath on. Worst trade of my life. Worst trade of my life was trading for that card.
I would price this at 30 in terms of like trade value. So I'd want to make up a 10K difference.
That I took an crazy bath on. This card I took a bath on as well. I bought this over a year ago when it was way more expensive than it was today. I took a bath on this one too, a smaller bath. Some of these cards represent cards that I bought or traded into in 2021, closer to the peak. And you know what? You can look at that a couple of ways. You could be like, damn, I'm taking a bath on some of these. It stinks to have to do that. On the other hand, I'm kind of happy to have them out of my collection, right? And to kind of get that era in the past. The thing is, you can't ever really worry what you paid for something. It just doesn't matter. That's your sunk cost in the card. What it matters is what it's worth today, and if you can trade it in or cash it in for something better today. So I can't worry about what I traded for to get those cards. I've got what I've got today, and today I'm trying to go after a card I really want. All right, so I got another proposal for you here. These cards, we had agreed to a value on of $21,000. You're looking to get $30,000 trade on this. Obviously, if you were going to take cash for this, you'd be willing to take a little bit less. Here's my proposal for you. Let me put the Chris Paul back in. You had this, I think, at what, 700 or 800? I think you had this at 800. I would be more comfortable with 1,000. And then let me put in $7,000 cash. That gets you at a total of $29,000, $22,000 in cards. You get $7,000 cash as well. It gets to 29, which is a little bit over the comps on that Kobe refractor. But you're getting some cash out of it. I'm getting a card that I really want.
How about I take that back and 8,000 cash?
I only have 7,000 cash on me, which was why we have another card we want to throw in to make up for it. I can bring some back out. Yeah, 7's literally all I have on me.
I would do a $500 card or like $450 cash.
With the Paul or without the Paul?
With the Paul.
So with the Paul, you still want another $450 cash or a $500 card?
Yeah, or take the Paul out and just do 8 cash. Better deal that way.
Yeah, I'm putting in a good percentage cash now, so I'm getting a little antsy about the Kobe comps.
I took 10% off the remaining value since you're doing the cash.
How about 500 more cash, so 7,500?
That's fine.
Fine? You want to do it?
That's fine.
Fair deal.
Let's do it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. There we go. There we go. I got a Grail card I've been looking for. I had to trade a lot of pieces to get it, but I also traded up. I traded a lot of lower dollar pieces, threw in some cash to get a card that's really high dollar. I don't mind doing it. Some of these cards that I traded were cards I took a bath on, but you know what? This card at one point as well was worth over $150,000. Today, I just traded into it for under $30,000 in trade with some cash. So others took a bath on this one as well. Unfortunately, anyone who bought some cards in 2021 took a bath, but here we are in 2023, and I am happy as can be to get a Grail card that I have been looking for a long time. I think it's gonna be hard to get good grades. This set had a lot of manufacturing issues.
Very, very low budget operations.
How many of these sets were made in total, do we know?
The owner of the Star Company said there were 3,000. So these cards in any grade are more rare than most modern stars in a PSA 10 grade.
Do you have a price in mind for the 8?
So I was just over at the Golden Table. They have one at auction right now. They think it's going to go for around 100.
Do you mind if this is a big ask. I'm interested.
Okay.
Can I walk this around and meet back up with you in a couple hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
Yeah, you too.
I love your enthusiasm for this card. We'll see, but I love your enthusiasm for it.
Yeah.
This is a PSA 8.
Yep.
And the guy who's trying to sell it to me is trying to convince me that he thinks that this in a PSA 8 is going to be worth more than the 86 Fleer Jordan in a PSA 10 within 12 months. What do you say to this?
No way.
No way. Okay, so you don't think that's going to catch up, but you think this is worth $150,000?
So I equate the prices of a BGS 9 and a PSA 8 as being similar, and a BGS 9 is about $1.50.
Okay, because he's offered to sell this to me for 100.
Yeah, it might be a buy.
Might be a buy at 100.
Can I see it?
Yeah, sure. It's not a buy for you now, Rick. It's a buy for me.
You could flip it. You could flip it to me.
I could flip it to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would pay more than $100,000 for that card right now?
I mean, you're serious about buying one?
I am serious about buying one because I own several of the 86 Fleers, but I don't own any of the stars.
So the pop count on the 9.5s is 3.
Okay, so there's only 3 star 9.5s.
There's 3 star 9.5s.
Okay.
All of them have issues, and
so none of them will get a 10.
No, for sure none of them.
So you don't think there will ever be a PSA 10 of
I
the
will
star?
bet that.
Okay.
That there will never be. Now,
so the best there will ever be is the 9, and there could be a few of them,
and there's
but not
70 or 71 BGS 9s.
Okay.
So basically, I think once the market settles in on this, an 8 or an 8.5 will be highest graded on this card.
Can I see some of the 9s?
Yeah.
Are they over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if anything, I would say that this 8's slightly sharper than that 9. What were they before the PSA news?
They were under 100,000.
But then the PSA news has bolstered them up.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate the advice.
But corner-wise, it's better than my 9s.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank
and there's
you.
only 70 of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
where's the pop going to be?
Yeah.
This is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So
I like it. Before we go, I got one question I got to ask you guys.
I'll take that.
I need to get your opinion. A guy has offered to sell me this 84 star Michael Jordan PSA 8 card. What is your opinion on the star Michael Jordans? Is this an actual rookie? Is this?
Have you heard of Michael Jordan? First question.
You know we've talked about. I asked you that same question.
I'll
is
be
this
honest.
a rookie
Here's
card?
the thing: same material, same printer, done 2 years later. Some of these things without the license, right? The guy just kept doing it. What's the difference? I don't know. I know people disagree. It's counterfeit. It shouldn't have been done. Who cares?
And I think the issue is that the other Jordan is so ingrained in people's mind as like
most
somewhere.
iconic card of all time.
Exactly. So I think that is where you'll see this go up in value. In my opinion, it'll never reach the same heights as the other Fleer.
It's gonna be interesting to watch. Thanks for your opinion. I got to make a decision today if I'm gonna buy this or not. So,
I mean,
just know if it's the wrong decision, it's your fault. If it was the right decision,
we get a cut.
I made a really smart decision. Just know that.
We all heard that.
Appreciate it,
thanks,
guys.
Sam.
So the guys offered me the card for $100,000, but I want to do a little bit of online research using market movers to see if that actually makes sense. Mr. Zach, I need your help, sir.
All right, what are we doing?
We need to look this up in market movers. Can we
Okay.
do this? Oh, look at this. You got the new fancy market movers here up.
2.0 MMX, baby.
People haven't seen this yet,
No,
Zach.
brand new.
This
Sneak peek.
Okay, so this is the 1984 Star Jordan card. These haven't sold yet.
Okay.
No PSA 8s have sold yet, but
Okay.
I want to look up some of the BGSs.
Awesome.
Because there's been more of those on the market.
Cool.
So
Let me show you how this works. So you go over into the search, and we're going to start with 1984 Star.
Oh, this is looking hot, man. This new interface is solid.
So what grades do you want to look up? you think?
So I need to look up. Give me the BGS 8.5. Yeah,
Okay.
that might be the best one to
Okay.
look up.
Okay.
Let me look at the BGS 7.5.
Okay.
So they've got the 8.5 there. Let me look at like a BGS 9.
Okay.
Hasn't sold in a long time, but let me look at that.
Okay. So we
and
select
then
what
do we
you
have
want?
the BGS 8? I don't know if there's a recent sale of a BGS 8.
I'm not sure if I see one.
Let's try that. Oh, it hasn't sold. No, that's not.
Been
Any
a while.
others of that one? Okay,
Nope.
let's
All
look
right.
up those three.
So we got the three there, so we're
Okay.
gonna go ahead and hit chart cards. And so by default, it's gonna open up the 30 days here. So we're gonna...
Let's expand it out. Let me look at the last 180 days
Okay.
of these three.
So as you can see now, we can just roll over, hover, and it's gonna tell us each sale if we come all the way over here.
This looks nice, man. You good work on this, by the way.
Thanks,
This new version
yeah.
of market
I
movers is
appreciate
sick,
it. I
dude.
appreciate
Look at
it.
this
I
interface.
appreciate it.
All right, so what am I looking at here? So we got a $50,000 sale.
8.5.
That's in an 8.5.
Yeah, so we can see here down here, the
Yeah.
blue is gonna be
So
our...
what did the last 9 sell
Yeah,
at? Sold
so-
for $160,000. The last 9 did.
Yep.
Wow.
So that's up quite a bit from where it was before, because you can see here
Sure,
we're
sure.
113%.
The last 9
sale.
went for 160, and most of those 9s are only going to be a PSA 8. I don't know. I think 100,000 for 8's looking pretty solid.
Looking really solid.
How'd it go? You did your due diligence?
I did my due diligence. I rendered a whole bunch of opinions. The opinions were a little bit split on the card, but it was a lot of really good information. And overall, I think the 100,000 is a really fair price. I'm not going to try to negotiate you on it. I think it's a good deal. I appreciate you being fair with me. I'm going to accept the offer.
Good man.
Awesome.
Good man. Great
Thank
decision.
you, Dave. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I got the card. Of course, the most important part, I've now got to give them the money. It's $100,000. We're going to do this by wire transfer. As fun as it would be to count $100,000 out on the table right here, I think it'd be a little safer to do it by wire transfer. So let's do it that way. We're going to get this going right now. Wire is official. $100,000 has gone to Dave. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
It's officially mine. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate this. This is great. First 84 Star Jordan card. Check that out. Let us know in the comments what's going to be more valuable next year, 86 Fleer or 84 Star Jordan. Either way, I'm doing all right. So appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Rookies. All rookie one-of-ones. I'm interested in the Josh Allen. I'm interested in the Durant. I wouldn't mind trading a few of the Kylers away. Yeah, I mean I've got some other cards as well. But so I just showed Ivan my Kyler Murray collection that I brought with me to trade today, and he zeroed in on a couple of the cards that he really likes. He's got some cards I really like too, including this Josh Allen 2 of 5 Colossal from his rookie year on card auto. So now we're just trying to figure out some values of these various cards and try to get to an equal deal. So this is one of the Kylers that I brought with me to trade. His National Treasures, Tremendous Treasures, NFL Shield, 1 of 1. All right, so that was his to 25, PSA 9, sold for $3,500. This
That was in what, August, right? September.
August, end of August, yeah.
Yeah, so preseason still.
Yeah. All right, so the Darnold of that exact card sold for $2K.
Raw.
Look at where Darnold is compared to Allen.
When'd you get this?
I got it at the beginning of the summer, or maybe in the spring.
Why haven't you graded it?
I haven't graded. I got them all as a big lot. I haven't graded any of them.
Gotcha.
None of them are gem. You know, you can tell. I mean, you can take it out of there if you want to look at it closer.
That's what you gotta expect with these thick cards, though. You can never, like, if you're buying these thick cards, you can never expect that it's like.
Right.
You get a 9.5 on these thick cards, and it's like God coming down on you and blessing you.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble getting to 25 on your Allen.
What would you like to value it at?
I mean, as of that date, he was selling for about 5x. And granted, this is a higher end card. I mean,
I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to do straight up?
Yeah, I think I'd do it straight up. But I don't think I could do any better than straight up on it.
Let's do straight up, Jeff.
You'll do straight up?
I'll do straight up for you.
You be ugly as hell. You got bread.
It's a big Murray card to get in.
I know.
That's a big Murray card.
I love Kyler.
One of his best. I came to trade that card. It's a hard card to actually part with now that the trade's in front of me. It's such a beautiful patch. It's a beautiful card. This is beautiful too, though. All right.
Too rich for me.
You got a deal.
Let's do
it. Awesome.
Thank
Ivan,
you so much.
nice to do this deal, man.
Appreciate it.
This was great.
That was a deal.
That's a deal. That's a big deal right there. We got a big deal done.
2:30
Look at that.
deal on
2:30 a.m. deal in Dallas. Look at that. We got it done.
That sounds like a Drake song.
He got an incredible Kyler Murray card from my Kyler collection. But I got my first big Josh Allen card. I don't have any big Josh Allen cards, and now I've got one. So I was pretty excited about that one. Get a trade done for a Luka that I have that I think is worth around $600. So we're going through his case, and we're seeing if we can find some value for him to be able to trade me for that Luka card. So let me look at a few things here. All right, so I'll pull a couple out that I kind of like a lot. So I'm going to pull this one out too, because my son loves those cards. Recent sales on that are around like 51, 57. Okay, what about this one here?
I have like 120 on it.
120? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a cool one. Do you know what that one's worth? Around 60? All right, so where does that put us at on those ones? So that puts us...
This is 100, 160, and this is like 110, so
like 270, and then this puts us at like 330. Okay, but you want me to go ahead and put that one back? Okay, that's fine. I don't want to make you trade anything you don't want to trade. All right, so let me see if I can find anything on this Luka. One sale of this back in January for $430. So I think his stuff's gone up a little bit since then, but we can go off the last sale. I'm comfortable going off of that.
450 maybe?
I think that's plenty fair. So let's figure out here where we add up.
60, like 60, so that's 120. Plus 100, that's 220. 40, so that's 260.
Yep.
Like 80, so
320.
320, and then 100.
Are there any cards in there that you're really not feeling like you would like to trade? Okay, because you're the big Bo Bichette fan. And how much did you have that priced at?
60.
Okay, so let's do this. You keep that one, and then we'll do the trade. Good deal? Awesome. It's good doing business with you. Absolutely. Jonas, congratulations. I think that's a good card.
When you come to Bleecker and you're in our living room and you're in our backyard, bring your cards, come meet people. That's what we look at it as. It's just the ultimate trade night on a weekly basis.
Is there something in particular you're interested in trading for? That Trae Young, that's numbered at 25, I think. I think that's about like a $3,500, $4,000 card. That's his RPA. I'm a little overloaded in Trae Young. I love Trae Young, but I got a bunch of his stuff.
I actually have no Trae Young, sorry. I want to pick one.
Okay, cool. It's nice, it's low numbered. A lot of his other RPAs have been selling, although some of these are
Yeah, these aren't good. These aren't good comparisons because these have been chill bids. You know, those ones are, I imagine, a little lower end. I'd say the, I mean, I definitely like the Burrow. I definitely like the Jaw. You know, that Burrow's interesting. I like the Luca. I'd say these are, you know, these are kind of interesting ones to me. They're probably the more interesting of them. And then maybe that LeBron. I don't know much about that one, but yeah, these ones are interesting to me.
Is there anything in particular that you're?
That Burrow and, I mean, really any of these three are the three that I probably am most interested in. If you'd be willing to do, if you just be willing to do that for that straight up, I think it's a fairly fair deal. So at one point they were the same value, and I think they probably have both come down since then. So I mean, I think it's a relatively fair trade if you want to do that. If you didn't want to do that straight up, then I'd be, you know, willing to look at these potentially alternatively. What did you say that one was? We kind of went off of that.
I kind of value a little bit more on the high end of, because it was 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
But since this is like a true gem,
right?
I'd say more closer to like the 2,000 range is what I'm kind of looking for.
Okay. Do you happen to know what that one's at?
This one I think was like last comped at like 400. So.
Okay, so not a super valuable card. And how about the Burrow Zebra, or the Franco out of 499? One sold for 200. Something could have been wrong with it, but where do you say that one was?
This one's probably around 400.
Okay. Yeah, the paper's going for about $100. So, I mean, I feel like in terms of value, like this selection here, I think honestly kind of roughly equates to that. Because if you said that was around 400. I know you wanted to get upwards 2K on that, so that's 2,400. That might be a little high, given I don't know that the True Gem quite adds that much value, but if we go with 2K for now, so that's 2,400. I'm gonna put like $300 on that card. 2,700. You said that was 31, and then this is all over the map. It's gone for as little as 200, and as much as that one that you found that was like 800. But that's 31 going off your high estimate on this, and then that adds a little more to it. So it's like 30. I'm going to put this around 4 and say that's like 3,500 worth of value. I'd be willing to swap, like if you wanted to swap like one of these out, maybe I'd be willing to swap it over here. This last sold for $208.
Okay, I think that's right.
So what if we swap those two out? Now I think that's right. Now I think we're more in the ballpark. We got rid of the card that you felt was maybe worth a little more, and you know, I think got a little more line there.
I think that's right.
Think that's fair? You want to do a deal, Jeff?
Yeah.
All right, let's do a trade. There we go. We got a trade done. Awesome, Jeff. I appreciate it. Hey, we got a deal done. It's been a pleasure with Jeff here. He came all the way from San Francisco for this trade night. So I got these 1933 Gaudi Babe Ruths, these two, when I was in LA this summer. And I need to complete this set while I'm here at National, right? I want to get the four. Yeah. There were four Babe Ruths in that 33 Gaudi set, right? So you've got the other two here, it looks like. Yes. You've got the yellow, which is card number 53.
Generally the toughest one.
This is the toughest one. Why is this one the toughest one to get?
It could be like it's a single print, where number 144, the full image, was a double print. Yeah. Though it's my favorite one.
Yeah.
So it's really the toughest one. And this one, which is my least favorite, is also kind of tough.
Mm-hmm. Well, my two are in PSA holders. So if I were to get others, I would probably try to get them in PSA holders as well. Sure. So you've got the yellow one here. So you've got two yellow ones that are both the same grade. They're both PSA 2.
Yep.
But you're charging different prices for that. Is that because of the eye appeal? What's the rationale on the pricing?
The eye appeal, the centering. I mean, this really here, look at the yellow background. And it just blows the other one away. If you're going to buy one, this is the one you want.
Right. It's amazing that they could be the same grade, but one could look so much nicer than the other. You find that a lot with the vintage cards.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. That's a beauty.
Okay. Well, let me look at where the market is on these right now. Yeah, so last sale online of this one, of a 2, was 15.6. So you're kind of right around that, where both of yours are priced.
And that's why this one is higher, because of the eye appeal, the background.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes fair. That's fair. It's a fair price on it. I'm interested in potentially coming back on those.
Great.
I really like those Babe Ruths, and I want to complete that collection. So I might kind of refocus my attention here right now to going and looking at other copies of that Ruth on the show floor to find the best combo of price and eye appeal I can find. Because if that's it, if that one's it, I should go back and buy it as soon as I can before somebody else picks it up during the show. Yeah, so I picked up 2 of the Gaudi Ruths this summer in LA. So I've got those 2.
Okay.
I've got 144 and 149.
So you need the yellow and you need that one.
I need the yellow one and I need the 181, right?
Yeah, the yellow one that I had, we used in like a hit random through Vintage Breaks.
Gotcha.
But that came from the same deal as this. They were in the same family since 1933, and I believe that one as well.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Single owner since 33.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm working on a big Gaudi collection this summer, a few weeks after the National.
That one's got nice eye appeal.
Very good eye appeal. So like if you take it out, you're going to see why I graded that. But to me these days, the way they're grading, it's a little bit different when it has like the new hologram versus like an old grade, especially on vintage.
Right.
It's got great eye appeal for the grade.
It really does.
It definitely has a crease.
Yeah, I guess that's what would have to pull the grade down, because otherwise it looks pretty good.
Otherwise, if you look at the card, without trying to oversell it, it looks like it's X, like a 5. So, obviously it's priced accordingly. It's not a weak 2.5, it's a very nice 2.5.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So you're at 19.5 on this. So yeah, like there was a 3 that looks like sold recently for 13.6. So obviously, it probably wasn't as nice, but from a grade standpoint.
So, and once again, I can probably talk about this forever, and I don't want to bore you and have bad video, but to me, it's all about the card these days, especially when it comes to this time. Like a 3 that was graded and looks more of like a 2, this card more looks like a 5. So I priced it accordingly.
Yeah.
A little bit of flexibility, but not much.
Yeah, PSA 4. PSA 4 hasn't sold in a while. No 2.5s has sold in a while. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll definitely think about that one for sure. That definitely. I'm doing a lap right now just to see what other ones I see.
Absolutely.
But that's a good candidate. That's a good candidate. It's one of the better looking ones I've seen so far. Yeah, so I've looked at a lot of different booths now, and one of those first ones that I saw, that guy was offering me a nice deal on that card, and it was such good condition. I might go back and see what I can do to negotiate. All right, so I went through a lot of the show floor. I still really love the 33 Gaudi, the one you got there at 17K. Can I see that one again? The 2 there you got for 17K.
Okay, yes.
It's a nice copy. I've looked at a bunch of other copies. This one's a nice copy for sure.
Great. That's a tough one, the number 53.
Yeah, it's the toughest of them. And that one's got good eye appeal, as you said.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good looking card. So you're at 17 on it.
Yes.
Is your asking price for that?
Yep.
Would you do 15.5?
No.
You won't do 15.5?
No, I can give you a price, and when I give my price the way I work, I've been doing this a long time.
Yep.
I'm firm.
Okay.
My price would be 16.
Your price would be 16.
And if you can live with that, I would do the deal. But
so you do 16 for it.
15.5.
Okay.
16 would be my bottom.
16 would be your bottom.
Yes.
And I'm paying a little bit of a premium on this one versus that other one, just simply because it's a nicer.
For sure.
It's a nicer eye appeal type copy.
It blows the other one away.
It does.
There's no way I'm going to sell this one when that one's there.
Yeah. So maybe I'm doing you a favor by buying this from you.
Yes.
I'm allowing you to have the less desirable one. Okay. So so the last one sold online a few months ago for 15.6. So you're doing 16, which is a little above that.
Who knows what that one looks like?
Yeah.
This one, you know what it looks like. You have it in your hand.
I do.
But
I do.
Definitely firm.
And it's pretty.
It is.
You definitely got a pretty card there. Okay. 16,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You got a deal. Let's do it.
Okay.
Awesome. There we go. All right. I got it. I got number 3 of the 4 1933 Gaudis. So that's great. I'm close. Maybe tomorrow I'll get the 4th. We'll see. That's awesome. All right. Let me get you paid out here.
Yep. So I can go on tomorrow and I'll see this?
Tomorrow morning. You'll be able to wake up and watch this whole thing over breakfast. All right, so we're gonna do 5, 7, that's 8,000 cash.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you. All right. I'm really happy I got that deal done. I think I got a pretty good price on it. But more importantly, I've now got 3 of the 4 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth cards. But I got to get number 4 before the show ends to complete the set. That's a wild card. Game used jersey. Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle. And you can even see the Yankees pinstripes on both jersey. Wow, game used of both legends? That's an incredible card. I'm here with Daniel, and I saw an incredible card in his display case that really captured my attention. It's Bo Jackson's rookie card, his 1986 Topps Traded rookie card, which getting this card in a PSA 10 condition is already somewhat difficult. There's about 1,100 of those, so it's not incredibly rare. But what makes this one incredibly rare is the fact that it's also autographed by Bo Jackson, and it has an autograph grade of a 10. So how much are you looking for this?
$2,000.
$2,000? A card like this is definitely a safer type of investment in the long run than a lot of the modern players or the ultra modern players who you're taking a real chance on. You know, Bo Jackson, his career never amounted to the full potential because of injury, but in those years that he did play, both baseball and football, he was an unbelievable force to be reckoned with, a two-sport athlete to the likes that we have never seen before and may never see again. So while there's over 1,000 of this card as a regular PSA 10, if you want to get it in a PSA 10 Auto 10, the total population is only 30. There's only 30 of this card in PSA 10 with an Auto 10 in existence. That makes it really rare. And that makes it really valuable to a collector like me. He also was a huge part of my childhood. And you probably remember him too, back from when you were a kid, right? And so that makes this card special.
I used to watch all of his highlight videos before like my Pee Wee games.
Yes, I know, you would get pumped up.
Yeah.
And then I also remember playing Tecmo Bowl. Back in the 80s, Bo Jackson was on the Raiders with Marcus Allen. That was an unstoppable duo in Tecmo Bowl. If any of you out there know what I'm talking about, if you guys played Tecmo Bowl and played Bo Jackson, let me know in the comments. Hopefully I'm not the only one. Would you do $1,700 for it?
2,000.
You're 2,000 firm on it?
Yeah. 1950 to get a deal done.
1950 to get a deal done.
Yeah.
How about 1,900 to get a deal done?
1950.
Man, this guy's holding firm here. Well, let me see what else you have too. Maybe we can do a group deal of some sort. So I was looking at some of the other cards here, seeing if maybe we could work out some type of group deal. But at the end of the day, honestly, this is the card that I really, really want. He was asking 2,000. I was trying to get him down from that a little bit. I've only been successful at getting him down to 1950. The truth of the matter is, I still feel that's a pretty good price for this card. It's a pop 30 card, meaning you're not gonna see this come up for sale very often. If I walk away from this table and don't buy this today, it might be hard to come across it again anytime soon. So as a result of that, I'm gonna do it at 1950. Oh, I'm jealous of this one. So he just made a deal for this at another table over there. I'm jealous of him making a deal on this one, man. That's LeBron's very first NBA card, because this was his finest from 2002. This was a redemption. You had to send in the redemption. So this is actually his first NBA card from when he was drafted. And to have that card, it's just a base card, but the fact that it is a black label 10 makes it extremely rare. Population of only 6 of these that exist. That makes it really special.
Very true.
It's one I would love for my collection. You got some of these Batman cards.
A couple little guys in there.
Tell me about these. What attracted you to these?
I just saw them. I like off-brand stuff.
Yeah.
And they say buy what you like.
Yeah.
So I saw them and I grabbed them. There's not a lot of value, inherent value, but just nice.
They're
cards.
cool cards.
Yeah.
Woo. That's a nice one. LaMelo RPA right there, huh?
Nice card, yeah.
Nice. Out of
Nice
25.
card.
That's
Super
a good
clean
one.
pack pulled, yeah.
Famous LeBron card, number to 49 out of choice. That's pretty sweet as well.
It's a big card, yeah.
That's really cool. Oh, Derrick Henry gold.
Nice card.
Gold kaboom, look at that. If you're into patches, wow, look at that. Rookie prime, rookie jumbo prime, Justin Herbert. rookie patch auto, and talk about a patch. I mean, that's
Chunky.
a patch. That's pretty
Chunky
solid.
patch, yeah. So I like these.
All right, you like both of those?
You have a value for these?
You like both of the Kobe's there?
I do. The jaw.
Yeah, let me look up a value on those.
Okay.
I
Yeah, my phone
priced-
just died actually.
I priced a couple of these out the other day already. So that one last sold for $1,100.
Okay.
That's obviously the silver diamond, so
Sure.
maybe adds a little bit to it.
Sure.
Over the last 2 months, 6,500 up to 8, 6,100, 6,400. Then the next day had a really low sale of 5,100.
Okay.
This one's a gold diamond, so
Yeah.
it's it's in pretty good condition.
Sure.
I'd probably be at like 7 on that.
Okay. All right. Roughly 8,500 or so is what you're looking at. 7, 11, 4, like 85 in there.
Man, his stuff is just cratered so hard.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, one sold at gold. The last one of these sold at Golden Auctions in January of 2021 for $20,000. Right. It softened about a third.
Okay.
So.
You have to expect it there. The black label's going to be a little bit
I think
not
the black label,
impervious,
yeah,
but
the black label would hold up a little bit better.
you being a
for
collector
sure.
of the black label,
I would
sure
agree.
you're aware.
I would agree. I would do it for 8,000 cash. 8,000 cash. The 3 cards puts it at about 16.5.
16.5.
Is that still a decent flip for you?
No, I'm not there yet. I'll get there. I mean, I'll get there eventually, but I'm not concerned with that. I do this often. I'm okay. You want to split it at 85?
8,500?
Yeah. I think that's fair for both of us.
8,500.
Oh man.
You got a deal. Let's
Nice
do
to
it.
meet you. Nice to
Let's
meet
do
you.
it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Me too.
Look at this. We got a deal done.
Hey.
That's a beauty. I walked away with the beauty. Had to put some cash into the deal to get it done, but he got some beautiful cards too, guys. Look
Very
at that.
happy.
He got the iconic Kobe guarding LeBron card, and that's a great card to trade into as well. Just like this one, that's another one that just holds a ton of value over time.
Gold and silver too.
NBA, yeah, he's got the diamonds on those, which
Yeah, I'm
adds some
happy about
value.
that.
That's a cool
Excited.
card. Is that a short print?
Yes, I
from
believe it's a
Absolute?
case hit.
Kind of like a kaboom light a little
Right.
bit. What's the price of that?
One did 125 recently. I'm asking 100 for it.
Okay, I like that one a lot. I'd be happy to pick that one up.
Okay.
That's a cool card. That one's a little over 100 if you want to take a chance on Trask.
Baker's not looking too good.
His
in,
stuff is inexpensive right now.
Both of these, how much cash would I have to give you?
I would do the T-Law plus 75 cash.
That's fine.
T-Law plus
I can do
75
that.
cash?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Let's do a
Sweet.
deal. A nice Maxi auto, that's nice, a Maxi rookie auto. These were the two that you were interested in from me?
These two interested me.
Okay.
This one, $275 on May 23rd. I think I would just do this straight up for the front.
I do that.
You do
You wanna
that?
do that? All right, Benji, you
Thank
got
you.
yourself a deal. Let's do it. There you go. I think it's a
you,
good
Jeff.
deal. All right, Justin. These two are probably the ones I have the most interest in. So out of these ones, which ones do you like the most?
I really like that, Justin.
Okay, so that's 180,
So this is 400,
425. So if we pulled in these two, that's
600.
yeah, so basically 605. This one's been selling, I think, real consistently at 175. This one, I think, has been selling between like 215 and I think 275. I think 235 or so was the last sale. So that's 1015 actually. So 1015. These two we had at, we'll round up and say 940. So 60 bucks cash and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, that's
You want to do that?
Yep.
Awesome. There you go. There you go. Good doing a deal with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Leland, let's take a look at what you got here. So you've been watching our YouTube for a long time, huh?
Yeah, I have.
So I'm noticing some F1 right off the bat.
Yeah.
You like F1, huh?
Love it, yeah.
You know what? I don't have any F1 in my collection right now. Would you be interested in trading one of those F1 cards?
I'll be interested in trading any one you want.
Okay, well, the Verstappens, I would say, one of those, he's obviously the GOAT of F1, so those ones are probably a little more interesting to me. You're interested in this Jalen Hurts the most?
Yeah, probably.
What if I traded you the Jalen Hurts and added in $20 in cash for that?
Yeah,
would you do that deal?
Yeah, I would love
Let's
to do that
it.
deal. Let's do that.
Awesome. All right, I got a deal done with Leland. That's a neat card, Aiden. How did you get that one?
I actually traded it on the show floor today.
That's pretty cool. I like that one. The tiger stripes are short prints from Prism. Man, you got some good cards here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you pack a punch, man. That's nice.
Can I pull out that Mbappe?
Yeah. Would you do the Kobe in 200 cash?
I would be able to add 100.
You'd add 100 cash for the Mbappe. This plus 100 cash.
$100 bill.
This plus a $100 bill. That's your offer, huh? That's your offer, and you're sticking to it. So you're offering me the Kobe plus a $100 bill for the Mbappe. I'll do it. Let's do a deal.
Like I said, crisp $100 bill.
A crisp $100 bill. I like your marketing. What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob? Nice to meet you, Jacob. I'd say the two that I have the most interest in are probably the Sam Howell and the Joe Burrow. Those are probably the two that I like the most. Any of these of mine here that are kind of standing out to you and ones you might be more interested in? This is the one, huh?
Yep.
That's the one you're most interested in.
Yep.
So that sold raw the other day, basically the exact same patch out at 35 for 560. That's an 8. 8s typically go for around what raw goes for, right? So that's probably around 560. And yeah, one went for 800, but the 800 was a better patch. So I'd say 560 is probably what this is worth in a BGS 8, okay? And you said you were where on these two again?
170 and 225. Yeah.
So that together is 395, 560. So we are apart by about $165.
I have enough cash for that if you want to.
You want to do 160 cash to cover a difference there?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Let's do it. Let's get a deal done. That's awesome. Good doing a deal with you. Absolutely. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And enjoy your Justin Herbert RPA. That's a nice card. Good to see you.
Jeff, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys?
Oh, man, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. That's cool. Man, you got your two leading MVP candidates right now in Otani and Acuna. On-card autos on one card. That's pretty sweet.
There's no super, there's an out of 5 and an out of 10, and this is the only True Gem Plus. There are no PSA 10s. It's the lowest, highest graded version of the card.
And that's from 2018, so that's their rookie years too.
It's the dual rookies.
What's the T-Log going for these days?
It's right around 3K. This I'm asking 25,000.
25,000, okay. How did you come up with a 25,000 on that card?
The raw version out of 99 sells for 4,400 raw.
Okay.
25 is a little bit kind of a poke in the dark. There's been a lot of interest for it on the floor. Biggest thing is first day of the National, people try to sell it.
All right, so it looks like the Trevor Lawrence Optic Downtown in a PSA 10 has been consistently selling, you know, over the last month, a low sale of $2,650, a high sale of $2,905. The sales in between were $2,700, $2,750, so it seems right around that rate. This was a legitimate sale. That's a pretty good comp for you. Now, what was this one numbered out of? 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one was a lower numbered sale, PSA 9, but this one sold for 15K. And then another out of 10 sold for 10K in a BGS 9. So those are lower numbered. So is the out of 10 the lowest?
No, there's an out of 5 as well.
There's an out of 5, okay. I would probably be at 15 on that. I would compare it pretty closely to the sale of the out of 10 PSA 9. I totally get like this is the highest graded 9.5. That gets a bump up from the PSA 9 for sure. But also the out of 10s have such an affinity with the collecting community versus the out of 25s that you normally see a pretty big premium for the out of 10s. So I would think an out of 10 PSA 9 would sell for as much, if not more, than an out of 25 9.5. I guess I get the fact that you're saying that there's no there's hardly any 9.5, so it gets a little extra premium that way. But I probably, if I were to trade for it, I would feel comfortable around 15, but I really couldn't get much higher than that. I do love the card. I'd love to do it with you. I understand if you don't want to go that low on it, but that's where I would be on that one.
Could you do like 22 trade?
No, 22 is going to be too high. I say I do 18 trade, but that's probably the highest I would go on trade.
What's recent on the refractor curves?
20 slightly high, but actually 20 might be a bit high on that. I think I've got that one up a little bit because I'm not super motivated to move that one. Let me see where that one's at. Here were the last 5 sales of it. I do it for the Curry refractor straight up, which that puts them right. They're right there. That's literally, last sale of that one is right at 18. But I don't think I could go over that for that card.
How much is the Trout?
I'd say it's around 1,500 maybe. So it has one higher one higher recent sale on it, I guess.
Would you do 17 on it and then 17? So basically $1,000 or $1,050 or whatever that is.
How about 1,000 since I'm putting in the cash? Essentially, these two cards, the Otani Acuna Dual Auto 2018 Topps Now rookie card, plus the Trevor Lawrence PSA 10 for the Mike Trout, the Steph Curry refractor. I hate to part with that one, but willing to do it here for that, and $1,000 in cash.
I do it.
Do it.
Sweet.
Big
Thanks,
deal, Joe. Big deal, Joe. That's a big one, man. We just got a big deal done here at the show. Wow, that deal had me sweating, man.
Biggest shop in East Tennessee.
you ever knock
Really?
it. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Well, there you go. We're going to be enemies because I'm sure you're a volunteer.
I am.
Understood. I'm a diehard Florida Gator, so you know.
I'm a Colts fan though, so I like Anthony Richardson.
Okay, well there you go. We can agree on something.
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Zach.
Nice to meet you as
Absolutely.
well. Those are the main one.
That's
Yep.
crazy. Look at this. This is wow. And I've been resisting buying more Desmond Ritter because I already put a lot of money into that one, which is already a massive risk, right? But if there's any other Desmond Ritter card I'm going to buy, it's got to be that one, right? I mean, look at that pair together. That's pretty beautiful. This is the Disco, and that is the Black Finite.
Like to be in like the 75 to 10 range, I think.
Okay. If you're willing to do a trade at 7,500, I'd trade you out at 7,500 on it.
There's nice. What was the price on that one, did you say? The down?
1825.
I actually like that Otani too.
Yeah, so I'd work with you a little bit on that. That one needs to be graded.
Yeah.
It would grade, I think it would grade a 9. It's perfectly centered. The front of it is perfect. The back of it has a small issue in the lower left.
Okay.
It's been a few months since any of these have sold. The last PSA 9 sale was at 5,000. That was kind of what I was basing the price on.
So
You know, the
5,
market's
18,
obviously
60.
risen. Yeah, so over the last 60 days, if you use like a base Otani card, it's up 49% over the last 60.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of like, you know, using those numbers, bumping it up, and you know, that kind of thing. But I'd be willing to come down a little bit because I did crack it. It is raw. Okay, so your offer is the Otani and the Trevor Lawrence.
For the Ritter.
So you're getting 2 hot cards, liquid for the Ritter. And am I doubling down on Ritter? Am I doubling down on Ritter? You know what? I'm doubling down on Ritter. Let's do the deal. There you go. Awesome. Great deal, man. Look at that. That is, you never know what you're going to find at the National. I never expected another Ritter 1-of-1 black from Prism. The sister card to the one that I own. I never expected it to walk up to the booth, but it did. And that's a fair price point. So it's a card I had to make a play on. And I tell you what, go Falcons this fall. My goodness. How you doing? Thank you for your patience. How you doing?
Max.
Max, nice to see you, Max.
I'm mainly trying to sell this Kobe card.
Mainly trying to sell the Kobe card, okay.
Yeah. Gold auto out of 10.
That's pretty cool. I don't know a lot about that card. Do you have a price in mind on it?
I think it's 25.
Okay.
Cash and trade.
Cash and trade? I mean, that doesn't seem like a crazy ask for a Kobe numbered auto. That seems reasonable. It is a sticker auto.
It is. That's the only.
Yeah, this is a tough one to find, huh?
Yeah, there's no. I've looked so long. There's no comps on it.
I might be willing to do like trade and cash at like 2,000s. I 2,500 might be right. I just don't know anything about it. So
that Burrow.
That one is right around 2,750, 2,800.
My offer would be this plus 400 cash for that.
I meet you in the middle on the value of the Kobe, and I do it for 500 cash.
Split it 450 gets it done.
You're splitting my split. You're splitting my split. You're a good negotiator, and I'll do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I appreciate it.
There you go. Awesome. Good deal.
Great.
Oh man, this has been absolutely incredible so far. What a treat. What a treat to be able to sit here and do trades with people who watch the show. I am just honestly overwhelmed by the amount of support we have, people who love our content, people who have come here wanting to do trade deals with me and my team at the National. I'm so thankful to all of you who watch and make this possible. And man, if you guys weren't able to make it to the National this year, I hope to see you next year. But right now, I got more trade deals to do. Let's take a look. So you want to do a trade?
Yes, I would like to do a trade.
Cool. 3 that you're the most interested in are these 3.
Yep.
That one I also got off a guy last night at trade night. I think it's around like $125, something of that neighborhood. Would you be interested in doing those 2 for those 2 maybe?
Those 2 for those 2?
Those 2 for those 2. I think that puts it around, so you said 150 and 30, so that's around 180.
180, yeah.
These I think are a little over 100, 125. They're in that neighborhood. And then if I brought this one down a little bit, I think that brings that right around the same value.
You said this one was 125?
That one's 125. Would you rather have that one?
I think I would rather have that one. I can put some cash in for that one.
You want that one? I would be happy to do it without cash.
Really?
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Do it. Awesome. Good deal, man.
Yep.
Good trade deal. Let's do it. Sweet. Enjoy that. I think that 8 round's a great card.
Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. Sure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I like the Vince Carter, the Dunkin' Donuts insert.
It's a rare one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his, so what's special about that card is that's his rookie year.
Yeah.
That's 1998.
I saw in like one of the older videos, so I was like, I have to get it.
So I love Steph Curry autos, so that probably out of all the ones, that's the one that stands out to me the most.
Okay.
But I'm also, also be happy to just do cash on it as well. I would do that plus $250 in cash for that.
You know what? We got a deal.
Got a deal?
Yep.
Boom. There we go. Awesome. Good deal. And that's a crazy card. I would hold on to that one if you can.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
what you're
thank
doing.
you. I know. I'm super happy with this. I'm super pleased. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a unique piece. But,
right. These were the schedules.
Yeah. Now, what's cool about these is 86 was the Fleer year, what everyone knows as rookie. 85 was Star.
Okay.
When they had the sealed packs.
Yep.
There wasn't anything from 84.
Okay.
These are starting to get more recognized. But
well, now technically the Stars were 84, 85.
They were
as well.
84, 85.
They were, yeah. They say 85 in the corner.
Right.
But they were the 84, 85 season. This is still would be earlier than that because this would be during the season.
Yeah, this is actually the season coming out.
Yeah, right.
And this is our up and coming rookie.
Yeah.
So I just figured I'd bring it by you and see if you were interested in anything Chicago unique and specific.
This is interesting, right? So at the National, you see some really unique pieces, things you don't see anywhere else. I'm curious to get the audience's opinion. Like, are these things that you could see having a lot of value in the future? It's a collectible that not a lot of people have really thought about or are cued into, but he's right that this is maybe the first official Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan thing.
Yeah.
It's somewhat card-like that was ever created, and it's not something right now that most collectors are even aware of or paying any attention to.
I appreciate you taking the time and seeing everybody in the line. I know you gotta push stuff back. We appreciate it. Someone else will be mad, but I'm gonna let you know we're happy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Truly. What do you got on the?
Yeah, let me look at these. So it's probably like a $350 card or something like that.
Oh, trade value.
Yeah.
I would put it around $250 each.
Okay.
Would you want to do that in cash?
I do that in like.
Throw a number. I won't be insulted.
I do that in like $100.
Done.
You want to do it?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
I'm here to have you, honestly.
Okay, thank you.
Make these look good.
I mean, it's.
I want. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are. They're really.
I'm not opposed to Griffey Auto.
It's a unique piece. I mean, it's definitely a unique piece.
Yeah, and it's something that I think, like I said, it's hard to get in the ground floor of Michael Jordan.
Yep. There you go. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here in Chicago, and I just picked up some more Michael Jordan. This one's something really unique. You don't see it, but we're gonna give it a shot and add it to the PC. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah.
What I was coming was to make you an offer on the NT RPA you had.
Oh, okay.
I
got that
brought
right back
cash
over
and
here,
cards.
Okay.
And so I didn't know I'd have to include this on the deal just because of the money of it.
Okay.
But the rest I could do cash or cards that I brought.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Are you open to an offer like that?
I'm open.
Okay.
So I wasn't planning on.
No, and I know
wasn't
that.
planning on trading
You can
that
say
card,
no to me, you
but
know.
I actually wasn't even going to bring the card to the National.
I wondered if you'd even bring
The only
it.
reason why I brought it to the National is because I took it over to PSA. It was a BGS 9.
Yeah.
And I took it to PSA and said, would you cross this over to a PSA 9? And they just got back to me this morning and said, we will cross it over to a PSA 9.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
that actually.
I didn't know that was even going on.
It was.
Very
so that's the only
interesting.
reason why I have it.
Okay.
That probably does enhance the value of it a little bit. the fact that
Okay,
it'll be
sure,
PSA 9.
sure, and I would understand that.
Let me
I
have
would
my
understand
team
that.
grab it real quick. All right, give me a second.
No,
Can
you're
I,
fine.
Can I see what cards you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I brought, I think that's, you can look through the rest of this. I
Those
don't.
are the big ones? Okay.
Yeah, those are the bigger ones.
Okay. So you were looking to try to trade this.
Right.
Steph Curry.
Right.
Gold refractor.
Right.
Plus cash to get one of the National Treasures.
Right,
RPAs.
right.
Yeah. So.
And maybe a few other cards, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I went to PSA and I said, would you cross this from a BGS 9, min grade of 9 over to PSA 9? And they evaluated
Very
it and
cool.
said they would. So that's the card. So my plan was I was actually about to go back to PSA and drop it off. That's interesting. You're interested in it. Now the only challenge that I have.
Yes. Wow.
Isn't that funny?
Wow. Is that an 8.5 on it? So this was actually an upgrade,
That would be an upgrade.
An upgrade.
That's an upgrade. You got better sub grades on yours.
Yeah.
So this one's yours. So that's the 49 out of 50. Mine's the 46 out of 50.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty wild, huh?
That's cool.
You don't, I mean, those are
I
cards
never
you do
thought
not
I'd see
see
two
very
together
often
like
at all.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. If I didn't already own the Curry, I would be more apt to do something. It would be an upgrade going from mine to yours.
Right.
Yours is a little bit, obviously a little bit nicer with the subgrades.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking, is give you a lucrative deal to where, you know, maybe it would entice you.
Do you have a value in mind for your?
Because I did a deal for this card about the same time you got this, and I did a deal at $95K in cash trade.
Okay.
So I was kind of thinking like 95 versus maybe 145.
Okay.
So plus 50 for you.
Yep.
And 20 of that's cash. I could do another 9,500 today in Venmo.
Okay.
So 29.5 in cash, and whatever other cards to make up the other 20,500. You know.
That's not bad. Okay.
Was my thought, to where I think you're making decent money there.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Man, I did not expect to get hit with this big of a trade opportunity or offer.
I get it.
Right, right off the bat.
Sure.
Let me take a second here to think about this. Wow, this is crazy. So right now, total population of this card in existence in the world. So there's 14 of this card in a BGS 9.
Okay.
There's 12 in a BGS 9.5. So 12 are a little bit nicer than this.
Yeah.
There's one in a PSA 10. I can't imagine.
It just got graded here, like yesterday.
Oh, did it really?
Yes, swear to God, I saw it on Twitter yesterday. PSA did a big thing where check out this grade, and it was a gold 10-10.
Oh,
unbelievable, blew me away. And the
unbelievable.
patch was like that cool, big bold letters and stuff like that.
I think that card be $1 million plus.
I don't know. Yeah, I would have to say.
And then there's one PSA 8, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
There's no PSA 9s.
Wow.
So if this were to go from a BGS 9
that's why
to
you
a
think the
PSA
PSA 9 would be a big difference.
The PSA 9 would be valued over the BGS 9s.
Because of the less popular
Probably not quite as much as the BGS 9 5s.
Okay, right.
And not as much as the PSA 10, but it would elevate it over the 14 BGS 9s.
Gotcha.
So then it would become, you got some 9 5s and you've got a 10 ahead of it. But that's
the PSA 9s, you kind of got the one.
And it is the only. It would be it looks like it would be a pop 1.
That's unbelievable.
PSA 9, if you were to cross it. Okay, so your offer right now is that Steph Curry plus
this 20 grand.
20 grand
plus either cash, 10 more grand cash, and more cards, or just more cards. Up to you.
I'd probably take the cash if I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
so basically
I'll do that.
So basically 30 grand cash.
Yes.
And the Steph Curry.
Right.
And then 20 grand worth of additional cards.
Right.
For that.
Right.
Gosh.
I feel like you're coming out ahead on that.
I was not planning on trading that away. But I mean, it's, wow. But it's a good offer. All right, well, I think
the best I got.
I think if I'm going to do this, I'm going to trade back down. If I'm going to take less cards and go back up, I think I'll trade for some classic cards.
Sure.
So I think probably the Mantle is interesting, the Ruth, the Bird. Of the modern ones, the Jokic is
35
cool.
on that.
Okay.
I think these are around like 55 to 6.
Okay.
I think these are right around 65, maybe to 7. And then this, I'm not even sure. I haven't looked on a while on that.
I can look these up here in Market Movers in a second.
That's the only one I'd have to look up real quick. And I know ones can vary.
The SGC 1.5 just recently sold for 11,000.
Okay.
And the last sale of an SGC 1 was 6,700.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah. I was going to be at about 6 to 65 on it.
Yeah,
so.
6,700, and that was a year ago.
Yeah.
The last sale of a PSA 1 just sold the other day for 6,600.
Okay.
So 65.85.
Yeah.
Sold earlier this month. Yeah.
I think 65's probably the number on it then. 12.5 and 65 here.
Yep.
That's 20 grand.
We're getting close. Well, yeah, that's 12.
If I do that 20, this 20, and then PayPal you 10, that would put us there, I think.
But I don't mind doing less PayPal or less Venmo and another card either.
Right.
If there's another card you want.
One of these just sold for 11.
That was a straight 9, all
Straight
9.
9, okay.
Yep.
The one before that was 9,300, but it again may have been
I don't
lower.
know the subs on that one.
Let me look at that one. That one actually didn't have subs, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
I'm
just a little higher than the straight 9
Yeah,
one.
yeah, no, I understand.
I'm
No, that
just
makes
upping
sense.
at 1,500 for that.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, that'd just be 19. Sorry, that'd only be 19.
Yeah, that would be 19. Yeah, around 19. Yeah.
Or around 19. Yeah.
Gosh.
I'll tell you what, I'd put in one of these and still throw you 5 extra grand through, so cutting down.
Okay.
Basically, you're coming out way more ahead on one of those if you're interested in one of those.
So just to recap where we're at right
Sure.
now. So you're offering me this Steph Curry, Jordan, Mantle, Babe, plus 25,000 cash. Is that right? With the man, or what's the offer
Yes,
right now?
20,000 and 5 more through PayPal or Venmo.
Those 4 cards plus
Yes.
25,000 cash for
Correct.
the Steph Curry
Correct.
RPA. I would do it, but I would want 28,000 cash.
So another 8 on top of
8
this.
on top of that. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
There you go,
You're
man.
awesome, man.
Yeah. And that's really nice. Do you have a price in mind?
Last sale on that's $850 like a month ago.
Okay.
10 is like 9 something. I divided by 2.5, which got me $390 on that. What's your price on the Allen?
That Allen is around, I think around 1,400.
This is the only sale recently I could find that's an 8 auto 9. Like that's about that.
Yeah, that's what 1357?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Ritter auto.
Yeah, that's cool. I'd be willing to do that in as well. So where are you at on the Ritter?
Little, like around 300.
300, okay.
Trade.
We're at
850, 390, like 300.
So 1540, I think is what those 3 are together, right?
Eight.
How about the Josh Allen and $150 in cash for the Fields and the Ritter?
You're adding 150?
I'm adding 150. Giving you the Josh Allen and adding $150 in cash. You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Got a deal done. Let's go.
We got Amon-Ra, Josh Allen, your boy Ritter, Trout, Herbert auto, T-Hall, Tua, Manning rookie auto, Justin Jefferson, Premium Plate 101, Warren Moon to 5.
We're kicking a lot of cards. They're coming fast and furious.
Yeah, and then the Grail.
Jordan Love 1 of 1. That's really
Yep.
nice. All right, let me pick out a few. What's your ask on these?
So I'm at 200. That one I'm at 300 bucks on. This one I'm at like 225. This one I'm at like 40, and this one I'm at like 120.
And what are you looking for?
I like the T-Off Stars 10.
A 10 sold for $942 a month ago on Golden. PSA 9 sold on eBay for $330.
Okay. Does Market Movers do pops yet?
It does actually,
Does
yeah. 17.
17. Okay.
The PSA 10.
Cool. 875.
Is that what you got them all valued at? They have up to 875?
Yeah.
You gonna do it even?
Let's do it.
Got it.
Yeah, thank you,
Good
Jeff.
trade deal. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm trying to trade these cards. I just have 4 of them.
That's a cool looking card, isn't it? What are the value of these cards?
Like 1,300 would be my lowest, like 450. This one, I'd say about 400, and this one, 800. Do you have any like Eagles or Sixers cards like Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah.
What are you valuing that as?
I think around 350. So maybe we could do something here on those 2. I would do that and 200 cash for that.
Ooh, just because I think this card's easier to sell.
Yeah.
I'd have to go.
I'd say it's more liquid. I would agree.
Could you do this in 300?
Let me see what this one's been going for.
Yeah, I just want to say, I really like the new feature on Market Movers, the sales history.
Oh, yeah, have you been playing with the new sales history
yeah.
feature on Market Movers?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Well, thank you for being a Market Movers user.
So
By the way, not a paid endorsement. I didn't put him up to that at all. He literally just gave me that feedback, so I really appreciate that.
Thank you, yeah.
There have been 9 selling recently for 150. So I could buy 400, 450 for that.
Okay.
I couldn't do 300 cash because the low sale on this was 211. I feel good at 200. To get a deal done, I go up to 240.
Could you do 250?
All right, 250. That's
Okay.
There you go.
Sounds good.
They're doing
Thank
a
you.
deal with you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What is the price of these four? Do you know?
This one's 175.
Okay.
This one's, I think,
1250. Wow.
yeah.
That's a big one. The color wheel.
850, and then 2500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Some of these are real big cards. All right. So right now, what are your favorite ones?
This one,
Uh-huh.
the Chet. I would do the cow trash.
Okay.
The explosive.
Okay. This one's been selling for I think between about $100 and $125. Let me see if I can find a price on this one for you real quick. So using the new sales history feature in Market Movers, I can look up any card, even if it's not in our card database. I can look at millions and millions of transactions that have taken place on eBay and on Golden and PWCC to look up the sales history of any card. And I'm doing that right now for this Justin Herbert card. It's an unusual card, but I can still find the most accurate comps using Market. So we're gonna do those four for those four.
Yep.
Feel good about it?
Yep.
Let's do a deal.
All right, thank
Awesome
you.
trade. There you go. That's fun. All kinds of interesting pickups here on the show floor. Let's keep it going.
This is an out of 20 Jokic.
You want to trade that?
Yeah.
I'll trade this with you. Do you know what that's worth?
When I was looking, maybe like 300, 400.
Wow, that much, huh? That's cool. Let me look it up real quick. All right, so it looks like this card most recently sold for $260. What types of cards do you like?
Basketball.
Which one do you like the most?
I maybe want the. Yeah.
Probably be like $50 difference. I want to make sure that you get a really fair deal from me. And I want you to spend that $50 somewhere else on the show floor. So I'm going to let you keep your $50 and we'll just do that trade straight up, okay? There you go. Look at that right there. Look at that. So I have the out of 10, but they just locked up with the out of 5 with a 9-5 grade. That pair would look pretty nice together in my case. The question is though, can we get a deal done? So what are you guys looking for on that?
I want to be as close as I can to this number for sure.
Okay.
The last two times it's ever sold, it was 15,000 and 18,000.
Okay. How long ago was that?
Maybe a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're looking to do a trade in cash on this card.
Trade in cash?
Yeah.
Okay.
We see a few things that we like. We like this, Justin Herbert.
Yep.
And we like the Lost Art downtown one. We like the blank slate. The last sale on this one is 2,000, and then there hasn't been a sale in a long time after that. So, where are you at on this one?
So I think the 2550 and a PSA 10 that sold for yesterday.
Okay.
So that's a fresh PSA 10 comp. Obviously SGC is going to be a bit below that, right?
Obviously this is 1 of 5. This is harder to comp.
Yeah, that one's really difficult to comp.
Right. So my question will be, how'd you get to the 6,000 and where can we?
Yeah, this one's tough. That's a 1 out of 5 select. The out of, I see an out of 25 PSA 10 at 3,500.
35, exactly. That's the one. That's the most recent.
Yeah.
Right.
Any combination, 1 or 2 or 3 or
Yeah, and
one,
I'd like-
I'm okay,
I-
whatever. If you want to do something.
I like to
we
do-
we want you to have it if we're going to get rid of it.
I appreciate it.
That's all.
It'd be, yeah,
I'd like
because
to
you have
do-
the other ones.
yeah.
Saw your LeBrons where you have the rainbows and all.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that stuff. Love that stuff. Yeah, this is like that ilk, you know? Special. Special. I'd like to do all 3 in cash. Let me see. Yeah, I'd like to do a deal for the card for sure. I'm a little weary of the 15K value only because the last sale of this was 15K.
Exactly, yeah.
But that was a year ago,
Right.
and obviously the market has come down somewhat since
Right.
then. 15's probably a little strong on it. Here would be my offer. I would do these 3 and I think I'd do those 3 in 2,000 cash. That puts it basically right around 12, which is what I think would be.
Yeah.
I think would be pretty fair.
I put it at trade value at 13.5.
Okay.
I went 2,000. I went 2,000. I went 5,500. I did 90% of the cash remaining.
I think the way you calculated it is very fair.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how you handle the cash. That's all wonderful. 13.5 still feels a little strong to me, right? So that's where the difference is. I'm kind of thinking 12. You're kind of thinking 13.5.
So what do we?
Will you meet me in the middle? 2,800 cash. I offered 2. You offered 36. 2,800 cash.
You gotta do something for Geoff, bro.
You pointed to the screen. What does the screen say?
The screen says 31. The screen says 3,150. I gotta think in my head when I do it. 3 even?
I'll do 3. Let's
There
get
you
it
go.
up.
There you go.
3,000. There you go.
Appreciate you.
Let's do it, guys.
Thank
That's
you, man.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, what a pickup. That's
Yeah.
incredible. One of those cards that you just never think you're going to see at the National. The 1 out of 5 Kobe, and I had to pick it up because now look at that. I mean, I don't know. Am I on my way to building the rainbow? That's a pretty strong start. 1,000 on it?
I got room.
Yeah. Would you take 850?
Is that the man here?
Is this the man? Are you in charge?
The man in charge. Yeah.
You want to do it for 850 bucks?
You can.
All right, there we go. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's a great deal. That's a nice Kobe card. 500, 600, 700, 850. That is for you.
You can.
There you go. These are a sports card investor kids repack, so those are for you too. There's some fun cards in there. My first pickup of the day, and I'm really happy with it because I love collecting Kobe, but I also know that there's many people who are going to be coming to this card show over the next 48 hours who also love collecting Kobe. So it's possible I'll take this home for my personal collection, or it's possible I'll trade it later today up for something even bigger. Now, you open to trades on this?
That's at $5 grand all day.
That was a little over 10K last I looked on that
This
one.
one?
Yeah. So the ones I'd say I'd be most interested in, the Otani.
Of course. I have it at 48, but it's probably more like 32. I'm at 85. You're
Yeah.
at 95, so $1,000 card. That's $1,000 card.
I'd want to get 1,000 more and then I would do it. Yeah, last sales of this one, according to Market Movers, were 858, 820, 835. I would do the Tiger and that Shohei and that Shohei, but
That one? That's
yeah,
okay.
I want that one. I want that one.
Only because I have 3 of them now. There you go.
You gonna do it?
Do it.
Awesome. Good doing a deal with you. Absolutely. All right, there we go. Cool. Traded away an iconic LeBron auto, but I have such a large LeBron collection that I didn't mind trading this one away. When I originally bought this one, I specifically bought it because I thought it would be good trade bait in the future for a day like this, and I did well with it. And so I'm trading it away for another GOAT, Tiger Woods, whose stuff I feel is undervalued in general, so I'm happy with that. And then 2 cards with a lot of upside potential in the future. You know, baseball season's around the corner. I love Shohei Otani. Maybe he goes for another MVP this year, who knows? Maybe he's on another team after this year, who knows? But I like the upside those bring.
Yeah, if that's something. I have 2.
PSA 10.
But yeah, that's my backup. But
I just got a Tiger Woods over there. I like the PSA 10 of this.
that's the big guy. That's the biggest one.
Yeah,
you have, right?
that's a real nice one, yeah. So those types of cards don't walk up to you every single day. That's the PSA 10 of Tiger's rookie card, his rookie auto card, so to speak. Let's see what I've got that is in the upper echelon. You can just take a look through everything, man. I'll just pull stuff out. We either have to do that because that's the most valuable card, plus a couple, or we'd probably have to do everything, and that would put us without this, right? And that would, I think, maybe still put me a little bit short.
What about a cash? Is there a partial trade, partial cash?
I'd be interested. I don't want to come out for that much cash. So I mean, a few $1,000 or something to bridge a gap, I'd be willing to do.
It's about 30K right here.
Yep.
I'd like to be at 8K.
8K cash. All right, so you're offering to me to take the LeBron James X-Fractor, the Ja Genesis, the Soto, the Kobe, and the LeBron, and then you want $8,000 cash on top of that for the Tiger. Let me think on that for a second there. I'd like to do it, but I don't think I could go above 5,000 cash. And the reason why, so I'm good with this being around 30. I think it's slightly over 30, but right around 30. I'm a little scared on that at 38. 35 is kind of where I think it's at. And I mean,
You do the middle?
So
65?
6,500. Man, I like to do the deal, but I'm having trouble going over 5 on it. 5,500 and you got a deal. Okay, let's do it. Awesome. Good. There we go. There we go.
I feel good. You feel good.
Man, I've been on a Tiger Woods train here recently. I got a Tiger over there. I got a Tiger at the last card show I went to, but I like it. I like Tiger Woods right now. I just think he's one of the GOATs. You can't go wrong. But you got some great players as well. You got GOATs too. You got LeBron, you got Kobe, you got great cards in the deal. So hopefully these do well for you at your shop. I know you are an expert when it comes to these vintage on-card autos. I love the vintage on-card auto market.
Yeah.
Because they're so damn rare, and I don't know that the rest of the hobby has necessarily.
No, I think you're right when it comes to it. And then there's also the people that did sign them, they never got a high-grade card signed.
It's nuts, the population on some of these. So tell me about the Bill Russells, first of all.
So this is a 6.5 with a 10 auto.
Yeah.
I paid, I think, $180,000 for this.
Yeah.
And there's only 1.7 with a 10 auto.
You see, I would argue, and the sports card hobby still wouldn't agree with this right now.
Yeah.
But I would argue that I think that one, or maybe the 7 with the 10 auto, should be as valuable or more valuable than the most perfect condition of the card without an auto.
So this is an 8.5.
Right. You see, this is what starts not to make sense to me. The second highest graded non-auto card, $660,000. The second highest graded auto card,
$180.
$180, less than $200,000. And I know the hobby's been this way for a long time, right? Like people, the thought.
Well, when I was a dealer as a little kid.
Yeah.
When I was a dealer as a little kid, if you got this card signed, you destroyed it.
You ruined the card. The mindset has shifted quite a bit, where now people like the autos like I do.
Well, we live in a world where everything is signed cards.
Yeah.
So they have the same expectations for the all-time greats, and if they passed away, then you're dealing with a special item.
So do you think the mindset will continue to shift in favor of on-card autos given the scarcity?
I think it's trending the way you're saying, but I do think that there's a difference between having the 8.5 and having the signed card in a 6.5 and then being exactly comparable.
But the 6.5, which is really just a couple of edge issues and a tiny little surface issue different, was actually held by Bill Russell, was actually signed by Bill Russell. And that's the thing that gets me as a collector.
That's added value. The fact that they held the item.
I mean, look, to each his own. Like every collector is going to look at this differently, and to each his own. But to me, I've really, really grown an affinity for the on-card autos. Appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm excited now. I feel like I have to hit the show floor and find some vintage on-card autos to start to build a collection that is even a tiny bit of Rick's. I got to get at it. Brent, I heard that Mill Creek Sports had some unbelievable autograph cards, and that was not wrong advice. This is insane.
Specialize in autograph cards, higher end stuff.
Yeah, Ichiro. Look at all these Ken Griffey Jr. cards. So 56 Topps, Ted Williams, and unbelievable. Look at Mickey Mantle, all this. Look at that, you got Pistol Pete here as well. That's incredible.
Yep, that's his rookie card, signed rookie cards.
This looks like this is the case. I mean, you're talking about all-time greats who have passed on. Walter Payton right here, right off the bat, unbelievable. Wow, look at those. You got Mickey Mantle, you got all kinds of all-time greats in here.
Sure, here's a 52 Topps Maze right here with a signature that was probably done right around the time that card came out. So somebody had the foresight to get that card signed right during that time frame of 52 or 53.
So the timing on the signature does make a difference.
It has to us, and we've always thought that. We've appreciated that. Even though the common collector hasn't caught on completely yet, we're seeing that transition now where they're starting to appreciate that, hey, this was signed during the guy's playing days. Same with the 52 Topps Mantle signed right here. Same thing, it was signed during his playing days. So Scott thought that getting cards signed was great when other dealers thought that it was problematic, right? They thought that it hurt the value of the card. Well, we're finding out now that they were wrong. People want the autograph on the card.
So I was just talking to Rick Probstein about that. I have felt now for a few years that vintage autographs are underappreciated, and I've watched the market really rise on them recently. Do you think that trend continues to go forward?
I do, because there's no way of going back and getting these done, right? They were done one time, and a lot of these guys have passed on, and there's just no way of going back and getting a vintage signature, let alone a signature on some of these cards.
All right, Brett, well, I appreciate you sharing this with us.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by.
I don't get the philosophy that an autograph somehow degrades the card. I recognize that's how the hobby saw things for many years, but to me it just enhances it so much. It was held by the player, it was signed by the player. I want that autograph on there. It creates a connection with a player that, in my opinion, the card by itself is otherwise lacking. All right, guys, Eric stopped me on the show floor and he said, Geoff, I know you're looking for vintage on-card autos. I've got the best one in the world. And I said, Eric, what are you talking about? Eric might just be right. Eric, tell me about this incredible card?
The autograph is just perfect. It really looks like the Babe took time to sign it perfectly. And it's just a dream card for someone like me who likes rarity, who likes a great story, and who likes an epic card that could transcend generations.
The red on this one is particularly sharp. You're right. A lot of these cards get a little faded. The red loses its vibrance.
Yeah.
This one looks like it rolled off the printer yesterday with how bright that red is.
Yeah.
And then the auto, it is really a spectacular Babe Ruth auto. You used the right word. You said he was very careful when he signed it. And
every letter is perfect.
Every letter is perfect. Would the right offer have to be in the 7 figures for this card?
It would definitely have to be in the 7 figures. Yeah.
Eric, thank you for showing this to us.
Appreciate
That's incredible.
it. All right,
absolutely.
thank you.
Beautiful card.
Thank you.
The coolest thing about the National is you cannot do what I'm doing right now anywhere else. There is no other card show you can go to anywhere in the world that is going to have this selection of vintage on-card autos. If you're looking for that rare, one-of-a-kind card, chances are it is here, as we're seeing today. Andy, you had a card here that I had to see when I was walking by. Tell me about this.
Oh, this is a 1941 play ball DiMaggio, one of the most important cards ever made. In fact, I call this a pillar card because it's one of the cards that the industry was built on. Not only that, it's probably Joe DiMaggio's signature card. It's the one you think about when you think about Joe, exhibiting the classic swing. This particular example happens to be autographed by Joe. Very rare. This is a very low population item, and I've been getting a lot of inquiries. I just put it out a couple hours ago. Definitely proud to have it on display here at the National.
You said it's his signature card, and I mean that's both literally and figuratively because it's got his actual signature on it. Extremely low population, as you said, and this is DiMaggio's first color card.
Correct. In fact, I think it's the best looking card set made in the decade of the 1940s.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to have his signature on it makes it extremely rare.
Couldn't agree more.
So what's your asking price on it?
$24,000 on this particular example.
Okay.
To me, it's right in the ballpark. I think it's a very saleable card at that level.
Okay. All right. I'm going to think about that one. Do you think he's got any room on it?
I think I could probably knock $1,000 off for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you for showing it to me.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Rick, so I've walked around the show floor. I wasn't able to bring over, but I have a photo of it on my phone.
Yeah, that's a great piece.
That's the Play Ball 41 Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, that's great.
This is right around the same price as that.
I'd much rather have the Joe D.
Much rather have the Joe DiMaggio. Why is that?
Yeah. No, this is one of the most iconic cards. It's 1941.
Yeah.
It's the year of the hit streak.
1941, yeah.
So it's,
Yeah, okay. You give me a lot to think about.
No, it's good, it's good
that
stuff.
Joe DiMaggio is real interesting.
Oh, the DiMaggio, 41 DiMaggio is one of the most iconic cards.
That DiMaggio, if I were to cross that at PSA, that would end up being maybe like the 3rd ever highest grade.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a solid idea. I mean, I would get out of the Beckett holder.
Yeah. So that was really helpful to talk to Rick Probstein and get him to kind of weigh the different cards that I was looking at. The other one that caught his eye, that's caught my eye as well, is that 1941 Play Ball Joe DiMaggio card. He also thought that that would be a strong card from an investment standpoint, and there's not many autos out there of that card. There's a lot less autos of that 41 Play Ball DiMaggio in existence. Now the ask on the DiMaggio right now is $24,000, so it's a little more. Now I need to do a little bit of research and figure out what I think the best price is and which way I want to go. So we just added a new feature to Market Movers called our Sales History feature, which allows you to search every transaction from the last 3 years of every sale on PWCC and on Golden, and several months worth of sales on eBay as well. You can search for anything. So I just put in Joe DiMaggio auto to see any autos of Joe DiMaggio from 1941 that have sold. And I actually have found a few of those Play Ball cards that have sold not too long ago. Definitely some differences here in sales prices. These top 2 are from 2022, so they're the ones that are most interesting. You've got one that is a PSA authentic with an auto grade of a 10 that sold for $5,000, so that's a low comp. But then you've got one that was a PSA 2.5, and this one sold for $25,000. This one definitely more supports the price of the card that I was looking at. So I'm gonna go look at both of these sales in a little more detail, see if I can figure out the difference between the two. All right, so I just clicked on the link in Market Movers to look at the detailed images of that Joe DiMaggio card that sold for only around $5,000, and you can see it's got a lot of damage. That's why it sold for so little. That is not a nice looking card at all, so that is not comparable to the one that I'm looking at over there. All All right, so now I just clicked on the one that sold for around $25,000, and you can see the condition of this card was definitely better, but what's interesting is it's still nowhere near as well conditioned as the one that I was looking at over there for $24,000. I think that's a special card, and I think that's a really good value. And out of all the vintage on-card autos I saw today, that's the one that I think I should make a play on. All right, Andy, I'm back. I've been thinking about that Joe DiMaggio. You want to bring that back out again?
Sure, happy to show it to you.
I want to take another look at it. That's a special card.
It is a special card. Obviously, it's been graded for card grade at 5, and it's a mint 9 signature grade.
Yeah.
A very high assessment.
So I know you're selling this for a client.
I am.
Asking 24. My original thought was 20,000 cash on it. How do you think that would resonate with the client?
I think that's going to be a push for us. I could check my paperwork and get the exact number for you, but I don't think that's going to work, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Why don't you look and let me know what you could do?
Sure,
on
give
it.
me 1 second.
Yep. Really is beautiful. It's well conditioned. I think if you crossed it over to PSA, it would be, I think you'd do well with that. Although honestly, the 5 with the 9 auto is pretty good.
I know I quoted you 23,000 earlier. The best I could do is I could knock it down another $500.
22.5?
22.5.
Okay.
And that would be cash or check. I would take your check with proper ID, or a Zelle payment or a PayPal payment. There would be a fee with the PayPal. They charge me 3%, so I would have to tack that on. So that would raise the price back up over 23, but yeah, cash works if you're so inclined.
So 22.5 is the best on
That's
it.
the rock bottom.
Yeah. It's a strong card. How about 22?
Deal. Okay.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Wonderful. Yes, look at that beauty. What a card to start the National with, but it's only day one. Brent, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
These are 5 early Michael Jordan on-card autographs, which are very rare. Jordan doesn't sign hardly at all these days. Here, we've got one of the classics. The card that many consider Jordan's true rookie card.
Correct.
His 1984 star. Extremely rare with an
rare,
autograph.
yep.
And what's really unique about this one is it's a 10 autograph. I definitely have to consider that. So this is the 87 Fleer, which many people don't realize is actually more rare than the 86
No doubt about
Fleer.
it,
They
yep.
made less basketball cards than
Correct.
87. And then this is his 89,
Correct.
which is a much more common card,
Right.
but it's a card that a lot of people own. A lot of people remember
Right.
this card from
Yes.
their childhood, including me.
Yep.
And once again, it's got a nice signature on it. I don't know that I'd be able to pick all 3 up. I might have to make a decision here. The star is graded.
Yeah, that's got a dual grade on it.
And then these 2 are just authenticated.
Just authenticated.
No
correct.
grade.
Correct.
Let me, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a picture of these.
Okay.
I'm going to step away and think about these for a little bit. What's going on? Yeah, doing good, man. All right, so now I got to go do a little research and see what the best offer on each of those cards would be. So I was just looking on eBay and I see that one seller is selling this 1987 Fleer Jordan, autographed by Michael Jordan. His asking price is $12,500 on it, and that is for a PSA 4 with an auto of 9. Which I think that card is gonna do even better. I just searched for that 1984 Star Jordan auto in Market Movers, and I see that one sold a few months ago for around $25,000. Similar grade, actually. There was one that sold for $132,000 last year. Then the one before that sold for $40,000. So they were asking $75,000 for that one. That feels a little high. But I'm particularly interested in that 87 Fleer and that 89 Fleer, so let me look those ones up now. All right, so I just looked up the 1987 Fleer Jordan auto. One sold for $7,800 with a 10 auto, so that's right around the price point they were looking for. So I feel like there might be better value to be had with that 87 Fleer. So I'm only finding one sale of the 1989 Fleer that was autoed by Michael Jordan, and that one sold for a little over $3,000. I think based on the condition of these 2 cards that I was looking at, if I could get the pair of the 87 and the 89 for under $10,000, I think that would be a buy. All right, so I found something pretty amazing here that has me really excited about these cards. PSA has graded hardly any of the 87 Fleer Jordan or the 89 Fleer Jordan with his autograph on it. In fact, while they've graded 15,000 total 87 Fleer Jordans, only 25 have ever been authenticated with the autograph. And the 89 Fleer Jordan, they've graded over 20,000 of those without the autograph and only 10 with the autograph. So if I were to buy that 89 Fleer Jordan and cross it over to PSA right now, if it were to get like at least a PSA 6, it would be one of only 5 in the world. Same with the 87 Fleer Jordan. There's a real opportunity, I think, on both of these cards to potentially make the cards a lot more valuable right away. Wow, super cool, unbelievable. This booth is blowing me away. They have so many Michael Jordan signed Sports Illustrated magazines, including the first cover he ever appeared on, the second cover he ever appeared on, a bunch of his early covers. They're all authenticated signatures. You guys have to see this. All right, Brent, good to see you.
Good to see you again.
So I've looked at all these cards in a lot of detail. You're asking $7,000 on the 87, you're asking $4,000 on the 89, so that's a combined $11,000. Would you take $9,000 for the pair of those two?
You know, if you want them both, I'd do $9,500 for you, but that's really our bottom price on those two. So if you want them, you can have them for $95 for the pair.
I think $9,500 is more than fair. I'm going to do that. Let's do that. Awesome. Oh, this is great, Brent. I'm so excited.
They're great cards. I'm glad you got them.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited I found these at the show. So some nervousness I have right now is if I walk these over to PSA, which I'm doing, what if they tell me they don't think one of these autos is authentic? So I'm taking a little bit of a chance right now by even considering doing this. But I've got a chance here to do really well for myself and to make some profit same day at the National if PSA will cross these over and give me a nice card and auto grade. So I bought those Jordan cards, but I had been thinking about those Jordan Sports Illustrated magazines all day long. I don't know that I can let those go. I looked up comps. It's hard to find comps on those. Those don't sell very often. So I don't fully know what they're worth, but it's one of those items I just kind of want to get and walk away. Darren, this is insane. How do you have all of these Michael Jordan Sports Illustrated signed covers?
All came from one guy who was a jeweler in town. In exchange for jewelry, he would get signed covers, and he was meticulous enough to go with the no-label newsstand issues, which are rare to begin with.
Very smart to get that.
1 to 3% of all the print run was newsstand.
Right.
All done probably, if I was going to guess, 25 years ago, and now with Upper Deck not doing a send-in program for him anymore, they're almost impossible to obtain.
Talk me through these. This is the first one that Jordan ever appeared on, right?
First appearance with Sam Perkins when they were in North Carolina. So then you go to his second appearance when he was in the '84 Olympic team.
Wow, this is
black
nuts.
Sharpie.
I mean, that is super cool right there.
The first 3 to 4 are probably the most collected one. There are still a collecting segment that would try to get a complete run.
Yeah.
Again, pretty much almost an impossibility.
So what's your asking price on some of these? Talk me through that.
So the first issue we're at $13,500.
So $13,500 for that rookie debut issue of Michael Jordan with a bold signature.
The second issue we're at a little bit under $8,000.
You've got them together at $21,500. If I were to buy the pair of these two right now, would you do it for $17,500?
As much as I would hate to part with them, because I do love them myself, but I'm in the business of selling, so that sounds fair to me.
Okay, Darren, that's awesome. Thanks, you.
Jeff.
Wow, look at this. What a Michael Jordan collection day for me. This is thrilling. I got the cards. Here we go. They just got back from PSA. Okay, all right, that's the 87 Fleer. It came back with a card grade of 5 and auto grade of 8. It's not bad. I honestly was hoping for a little bit higher, but that's okay, that's okay. I'm curious to see how I did with the 89 Fleer. Boom, PSA 8 with an auto grade of 8. I am happy with that for sure. You are now looking at the highest graded 1989 Fleer Michael Jordan autograph card ever authenticated by PSA. Let's go. This is got to be a hot card right now.
That's a hot one.
Yeah,
he's balling out right now. He's balling out.
Yeah, that's a new card.
So that one I'm at 10K on that one.
10K.
Yep.
So the 101.
It actually sold publicly for $16,500 about a year ago.
Really?
So the market's come down a little bit, but I still think it's still starting to heat back up.
These are just some small cards to walk up to the booth with right here. I mean, I'd expect nothing less from Roth Cards here. But check out that Cade, Sam Howell. Of course, that's his guy right there.
That's my guy. You already know we're rocking the Sam Howell jersey. Week 1 prediction right here. I'm just gonna put it out there. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and we are beating the Cardinals 35-6.
Of all these cards, I'm curious, those out there in the audience, which one would you most like to have? Which one do you think has the best potential in the market? I'll tell you what I like. I like the Cade Cunningham. I'm excited about him being healthy and coming back next year and showing what he's capable of.
Yep.
I'm excited about Tua. I know a lot of people are worried about the concussions. I see incredible weapons on that team and love the receivers he's throwing to, obviously. And Anthony Edwards, of course, he's been playing in the World Cup and has just been popping off the charts hot. Those 3 I like just because I think that they've got some continued upwards potential. Do you do football during the football season? Or
it's funny.
Do you tend to get out of it and then switch?
It's funny you say that. So I was actually going to talk about this on my next vlog because in the past, yes. But now I just, something's different about this season and the way the car market is.
Yeah.
I think people are still going to be buying and there's still going to be an opportunity. If Howell comes out week 1 and throws 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, it's not like it's too late to buy him, right? You can still buy him on Sunday night, and Tuesday when the car comes in the mail, you'll be able to sell it for more.
Right.
So I think, and if Tua comes out and throws a pick, and then people are like, oh, I don't want Tua no more, there's opportunity to buy him and then wait till the next week. So I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna buy football. Okay. Because I think there's still opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, will I buy a card on a Friday and wait? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that Sunday night, there's no opportunities to buy cards.
Yeah.
Whether they won or they lost or they play good or they play bad, there's still gonna be opportunities.
Do you have a maximum amount of time that you like to hold on to a card for?
72 hours. I like to have that.
Quick.
I like to keep it moving.
You just like to turn the cash.
I like to turn the cash. But I mean, ideally a week or 2. I mean, some of these cards I've had these 2 weeks. I just got this one yesterday.
But the strategy, I assume, is turn it, try to get a bit of profit off of it, but you don't want to hold it too long because then you're subject to kind of the waves of the market, right?
And, I post my cards up, so it's like, I'm not trying to post it every day or every other day for sale. Oh, I still have it. Because it just kind of hurts the card, I feel like.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no, that's true too. After
I post it 3 times, I'm like, okay.
You have the reputation of picking cards up and then them being gone 48 hours later.
Right.
So I guess you want to maintain that reputation, right? If you've got the same card in your case for too long.
And maybe I'm asking too much, so I need to bring the price down. So
that makes sense.
That's kind of the way I think about it.
I'm interested in potentially the Tua, or the Anthony Edwards. Could do, or the Cade. I'm interested in any of them. I could do a little bit of cash. I just don't want to do. I can't do all cash in any of those right now. I think that's around 12. No, sorry, I'm low. 19. The one before that sold for 22.
Okay.
So I was hoping to get around that for it, being here in LA. That card only comes up a couple times a year. Trade-wise.
I wouldn't mind trading this.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind trading the Edwards.
Okay.
The Cade, I'm probably looking mostly for cash on the Cade.
Okay. So you wanted to be around 11 on that?
Yes.
Scares me a little bit about this is that the Prism Gold out of 10, a PSA 8 did 9,000. Granted, a PSA 8, but worries me a little bit that the Prism is doing a little bit less than the Select XRC.
So 10 of that's probably 30, 25, 30?
Maybe. All right, the Trevor Lawrence Gold out of 10 PSA 10 just did 13.9.
13.9, okay.
Obviously, Trevor Lawrence right now in the market's quite a bit hotter than Tua.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get kind of a comparison sense there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Tua's XRC Silver, and I'm going to compare that to Trevor Lawrence's XRC Silver and a PSA 10, just to kind of get a ratio idea of how they're both trending right now. So Tua had an XRC Silver the other day that just sold for $410. And let me see where a Trevor Lawrence would be of the same card. Quite a bit more. So Trevor Lawrence's are about $1,500.
Wow.
Yeah, so the Trevor Lawrence XRC market right now is
what about
the silvers, it's really doing about 3.5 times.
What about tie-dyes?
Tie-dyes?
You want to check tie-dyes?
Let me look at a tie-dye.
At a 25, maybe a little closer.
So the last Trevor Lawrence tie-dye out of 25, PSA 10, XRC went for $49.50.
Okay.
And the last Tua XRC out of 25, PSA 10 went for 1,600.
Wow.
Right around the same time. So it is kind of a, it is still kind of a, you know, 3X, a little over a 3X type spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have trouble on that one.
For sure, no, I get it.
But I do appreciate it, for sure.
Yes, sir, we tried.
We did
maybe,
try.
Maybe we'll try something a little later for the Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, we can for sure.
I'll be down even for the LeBron maybe. You know, we can do something towards the LeBron. And
what do you say you're asking for on that?
I said 10.
And how did you get on that? How did you get to that?
I just figured it sold last year for 16.8, I believe.
Right.
So I just said his market's down. I think the whole market in general was down a little bit. So
let me think on that card.
Okay.
And I know you're interested in the LeBron.
Yep. Perfect.
So and I got your number, so I can always text you or whatever.
Sounds good, Jeff.
Awesome.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I appreciate it, man.
Okay, sometimes the deal doesn't happen the day of, but it happens that night or the next day, and then it turns into an even bigger deal. So you know what? Appreciate it, Jeff.
And you know what that means? That means they got to tune in next week. Because you know what's going to happen.
It was all planned.
It wasn't, but you know what? It's a good thing. Tune in next week.
It's a great thing. So, Part 2 coming.
Awesome.
Let's get it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jeff.
David, good to see you again, man. We did that epic trade deal at Dallas for the Curry RPA, which unfortunately I then had to move at the National. I got too good of an offer on it, but it was an awesome deal that we did.
I can't blame you for it, but I see you picked up this awesome Curry gold for it.
I did. You want to look at the gold?
I pried off your hands here.
Some nice, beautiful vintage right off the. Ooh, look at that, Will Chamberlain. Wow, that's a clean copy of that card.
It's like top 130 something with less than 50 higher.
Wow, yeah, that's really, really nice.
Yeah.
David's always got the amazing cards here. Look at that mantle. Beautiful SGC3 mantle. Nice copy of the mantle there. Look at the Willie Mays to go along with it from 52 Tops. SGC4 Willie Mays. Of course, he's got Jordan. And then on the more modern side, Cade Cunningham's a player I like going into this season. Hopefully he's healthy this year, gets back from that shin injury and has himself a really nice season this year. You think there's damage on here? Why would he break?
So
you'd prefer to leave it sealed?
For sure, it's not going to gem.
Mm-hmm.
Not damage, but even in a BGS 9 or 8.5, I'd rather have it sealed. So
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Shaq's cool.
The patch is game worn from international play. Napkin in a 9.5 did 1,500.
Ooh, you got a big Chet. Wow, look at that. Goodness, that is not to be messed around with right there. That's the 1/1 Optic rated rookie auto from Chet Holmgren. Back healthy this year. All right, so I pulled a few more out of David's case that caught my eye as well here. How about a 1/1 Jalen Hurts? I like Hurts, but I do already have one of the Nikes in Flawless. Josh Allen, that's his gold from Optic. And then that's less expensive, but I think that's still a pretty cool looking Josh Allen RPA. But these ones are all the ones that I have interest in for sure.
So let's talk value here for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Remind me where you're at and why, if you don't mind.
So my ask on it was going to start at 95.
Okay.
I'd be willing to work with you on it a little bit, but that's, I'm going to be up in that neighborhood on the card. The last, public sale of it I think was 120.
Yeah.
That was, end of last year I think. So obviously things have come down a little since then. At the same time, that was also during a fairly low period for the market too. So
yeah.
But I know it's not worth that anymore. I know it's definitely come down since then.
Why don't we see what you like and see if we can get, because I'm into some cards better than others. So if it works, it works. It's catching your eye the most.
Well, there's obviously less risk involved in these three. Well, really, I guess those four. That would be just more of a PC card, right? So we kind of have two different categories of cards here.
Yep.
We've got the all-time greats, the Jordan, the Mays, the Mantle, and Shaq.
Yep.
And then we've got the up-and-comers, in a couple of cases somewhat proven, but no championships, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cade, Burrow, Josh Allen. So I like all of them. I'd probably like to do some kind of combination of them.
Sure.
I guess what I would ask is, since we're not in alignment fully on the value of that, are there some up here that you feel like you would be more comfortable with a little bit of a lower value on, so that we could try to, kind of value-wise get closer together? Like,
yes.
I don't know if some of them you're like more like, very firm on a certain number, and others you're like, and I haven't obviously looked up any of the numbers, but
I think that I don't have much room here. Just the eye appeal on that. You could even justify sticking this at 75 and it being okay. Same for the Maze. I probably have some room off that sticker. The last sale was 15K, but it was in September of 22. So I can probably get closer to 10 on that.
Okay.
Maybe a little room on the Jordan as well. The subs aren't great, so I could probably get to like 11 on that.
Yeah.
And again, like I could get to your number here. It's just a matter of like
Right.
Mixing it up, piecing the puzzles.
And do you want to do all trade, or are you interested in doing any cash on it?
Whatever makes sense. Or if you added cash on top to some other cards, I could give you a better, both ways, whatever you prefer to do. Yeah, either one works.
Right. Let me do a little investigation.
The Chet didn't catch your eye?
It's probably too big of a Chet card.
Yeah.
I like Chet. I want to buy some Chet for this year, but that's like kind of going all in on Chet, right? I'd rather spread the risk out a little bit over some of those guys.
Yeah.
So the price on this one makes me a little nervous because a PSA 3, which had the PWCC Eye Appeal sticker as an A, went for $55.2 the other day. Like actually just in their premiere auction that ended the other night.
Okay.
So
it sold this week?
Yeah, it sold literally like 2 days ago in their vintage premiere.
Okay.
And it was a PWCC A.
Which is insane that got that sticker with that crease going down the top of the.
That is interesting that they gave it.
I personally rather have this card.
No, that's fair. What do you think on these ones, Reeves? What do you think of those 3 cards? Or actually those 4 cards? Well, K is not your ballpark, but these ones are your ballpark. What do you?
I have the auto grade of 10.
Yeah, the auto does look a little weak for an auto grade of 10. I agree.
I crossed my fingers and it happened.
I feel like if you're gonna get that, don't get that. But I like this one. That one's really cool. You need to definitely get this one.
Is this was that the sale you were talking about on Golden?
Exactly.
But it was
that's out of 25, right?
Out of 20.
Out of 20.
But it was only 16,000.
16?
Yeah, 16.3.
I think it's still like an out of 5 3 color compared to an out of 20 almost napkin.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still double. But I'm open to opinions.
God, who put that one in an HGA slab? Did you see that?
That was on Golden too?
Yeah. No, that was on eBay.
What did that do?
15. I'm looking at some of Josh Allen's other cards from kind of the lead up to last football season versus kind of where they are today.
Are they down half?
Yeah, they're down quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, just because he
not quite half, but pretty close to half.
Let me know where you'd want to be on the pair.
Are there any other cards you're interested in other than the Curry?
Yeah, a ton.
Okay.
But like smaller, not smaller, but
right.
Four-figure cards. I don't want to call them smaller. Honestly, maybe the top's Chrome Curry. Jordan, Lucas Silver.
Okay.
We have similar tastes and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Do you want to start putting some stuff away that you're gonna pass on? Or
well, so I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm around 8 on this with what his market's done. I feel good with that around that price. This one makes me a little nervous.
What do you think it's worth? It's so hard to value that I welcome the opinion.
It obviously depends on what type of premium you're going to put on it over the out of 20s and the better patch and everything like that. Yeah. My gut on it was upper 20s. That's where I was kind of thinking on it.
Could you get comfortable at 39.5 on the pair? That's not even double the out of 20 with a worse patch.
Right. On the Mantle.
The Mantle's not a bad pickup.
I mean, the Mantle's a great card. The 67, I'm a little nervous around 67 on that.
The eye appeal is just so good on it that.
It is. Yeah, I was thinking closer to 60 on the Mantle. And that's lower than where you want to be on that, it sounds like.
Probably have to hold it at that.
Yeah.
It's like a higher end copy for the grade, so I think it has that premium. Especially trade. Like if someone offered me 58 cash, I would take it.
Right.
But in trade value, I feel like 65 would be it.
I think I'll take the Burrow out.
Okay.
No. I'm just not sure about that. It's beautiful. It's a 1 out of 5 too. Do you see that? I mean, that is pretty cool. But
what do you think it's worth? Upper 20s, you said?
As I said, I would feel comfortable in the upper 20s.
What number?
28.
You weren't interested in that?
Do 29.
29?
Yeah. I think it's impossible for you to lose at that upper.
All right.
2 favorite people.
How you doing?
Hey, good.
Good.
Me and Reeves are 2 favorite people?
No, yeah, well, him too.
All right, so here's my offer.
Okay.
These 3 cards.
Yeah.
For that plus 15,000 in cash.
So my counter is going to be.
Why does there always have to be a counter, David? Why can't there just be a handshake?
I want you to enjoy the Shaq here. Get to 17 and take the Shaq. Shaq, I feel like, is easily a $2,000 card. So it's a counter, but I feel like it's a fair value counter.
All right, so you're trying to get the Shaq into the deal as well, huh?
I'm trying to do you a favor here. You said you like the Shaq, you know?
I do love the Shaq because I collect USA basketball team stuff.
Okay.
Like I've got crazy Dream Team stuff. I love Dream Team.
Cool.
Obviously he came along right after the Dream Team.
I gotta come by and see the collection sometime.
Yeah, you should actually. I've got some really cool Dream Team stuff.
Cool.
But this would add to the USA basketball collection. Okay, so you're offering essentially now these 4 cards. The 1 of 5 Joey B Midnight National Treasures, the Josh Allen Gold out of 10, the iconic Mantle 52 Tops SGC3, and this Shaq USA basketball team card, and you want to do it for the Curry plus $17,000 in cash.
Yes.
All right. I feel like that's a fair counter. I'm going to do it, David. Let's do it. Another huge trade. Look at that. That's awesome. That's so much fun. Cool. There you go. You happy about that?
Well, I just didn't waste 45 minutes standing here ready for y'all to do that.
I'm sorry we wasted your time.
I mean, you know, I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable for a deal over $100,000 to take 45 minutes. I think that's a reasonable amount of time. Some people may say that's a little quick.
It was faster last time.
Right,
so, yeah.
right. That's awesome.
So I brought with me 5 really high-end cards that are great cards, but I've had trouble selling them. The challenge is that sometimes people will look up recent comps, and if they don't see recent sales, they don't have anything to base it on, and that makes them nervous, and that can make cards like those hard to move. But Burbank will buy just about anything, so I'm gonna see what they're gonna offer me today on these and see if I can strike a deal.
So I'd like to get a trade offer and maybe a cash offer on those 5.
5 really tough cards.
They're tough cards, right? The Trae Young did have a recent sale in a BGS 9.5.
Okay.
3,200.
Okay.
I was hoping to get 6,000 for that. This Embiid in a PSA 10 sold a little over a year ago for 5,107. Obviously, he won the MVP this year. I was hoping to get 6,000 on that
6,000,
one.
okay.
This LeBron sold in a BGS 9.5 1 year ago, $3,500. Hoping to get 6,000 for that. The Derrick Henry, no sales at all. The out of 10 gold with an auto.
With an auto.
In a 9.
In a 9.
Sold for $28.16.
$28.16.
So I was hoping to get around that for this one. Finally, this soccer card, the 1 of 1 of it sold for $4,000.
Okay.
These 2 guys did dual sign in a different set, kind of an odd set, and that one sold for $400. I was hoping to get $700.
$700.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what my ask is on those 5
Cool.
cards.
Ran through these.
Okay.
And basically my offer is on the sticky note.
So for the Trae Young, you're offering 4,000.
I'm offering 4,000 trade on the Trae Young, 700 on the dual auto.
So you did you got the soccer card exactly what I was hoping
That's
to
totally
be.
fine. A little bit under on the Henry. I think it's a super cool card. I couldn't really find much else on it, but at 25 for a 1 of 1 for Derrick Henry, I mean, it's fine.
Just a little lower than where I wanted to be.
Yep, the Embiid, nothing really out there. Tricky card, but at 5, I feel like pretty comfortable on it.
Okay.
And then similar on the LeBron, I want to just be at 5 instead of 6.
Okay. All right. Well, the Trae may go back into my personal collection because I do have a beautiful Trae Young collection.
Yep.
But these other cards, I'm going to consider then and take a look around the show floor and figure out what I might want to trade them for.
Awesome. Yeah, that works.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, have you help me pull some cards out? Got this Holland here and that Jamal Murray. And let's pull out this Hurts here. So I'm looking for cards of big name players who I think these cards are going to be a little more liquid than some of the cards that I'm trading in. I picked out some big name guys like Jalen Hurts, whose cards are going to be super, super hot at the National. I also think Hurts is just a great hold at this point. A couple of Ken Griffey Jr. cards, these are always popular. Damian Lillard, there's a lot of talk about what's going on with him and the Trailblazers. Might not be a bad time to get one of his big cards. And then I got Ja Morant with the opportunity for that to go back up. Buy low right now on Mike Trout. He's been slumping this year. Oh my goodness, even buy low on Russell Wilson. I know so many of you out there watching this probably think I'm nuts. If Denver under Sean Payton shows any type of comeback and fight this year, Russell Wilson's cards could quickly rebound. So now let's go see if I can get a trade deal done. All right, Ryan, I got a whole stack of stuff here I'm interested in.
Alrighty,
so
nice.
I've not comped these all out.
Okay, well I'm gonna run through these. I'm gonna make sure that we get as close as we can.
Yeah, I just scanned this Michael Harris Gold and Market Movers, and this card had actually sold for $450, which was their asking price on it.
back in March of this year, but it fell hard when he had a rough start to his season. So most recently has sold for $150, which is right where he marked the price on it. So I think a really good opportunity to pick this one up, especially with how well Michael Harris has been playing for the Braves recently.
Just wrapped kind of running numbers for Geoff.
So some of these cards you came down a pretty good amount from what they were in your showcase.
Some of these.
This John Morant gold, so but you actually just came down to $800 on that.
He's gone from being superstar level prices to now what do we make? It's a good card. I mean, it's an out of 10 gold rookie.
I mean, that's kind of the reason why I'm interested in buying now. I know it's a bit controversial perhaps, but I mean, you know, it's the dip for sure.
Sure.
The Michael Harris card.
Yeah, those are the two. Those are the two biggest offenders, are the John Morant and the Michael Harris.
Yeah, so I like the price on it, quite a number of these. So now I guess it's just a matter of me adding up what I'm willing to part with and kind of adding these up and seeing, you know, seeing what the equitable trade there would be. All right, so I definitely am all in on Jalen Hurts. So these Jalen Hurts cards are high priority ones for me to trade on. Same with Ken Griffey Jr., just because people love these cards and they're great trade bait at the National. So these are all ones that I want to pick up today for sure. The Damian Lillard, maybe. It's a high-end card. It's his National Treasures RPA. Jamal Murray, I like just because this is a goal out of 10, but honestly, it's probably the wrong time to be buying Jamal Murray. He just came off the championship. So his cards are quite a bit higher than other cards right now, so probably not the right time to get him. Austin Reeves. I mean, that's just kind of a fun one, right? Like, this guy could be a big part of the Lakers for time to come, and I love his style. I love his enthusiasm, and that's his Genesis rookie PSA 10. So actually, I'm gonna put that up in the pile of things that I really want. I think people are gonna ask for that at the National. Herbert RPAs are always good. And there's another Hurts, that's his Contenders auto, so that's a good one for sure. Those ones I definitely want. It's a good buy low opportunity on Trout right now. Probably like to pick that one up. I think Michael Harris is a good buy right now, and I already talked about how I think John Morant's actually a pretty good buy right now as well, with how hard his cards have dipped. Russell Wilson, maybe. I might be a little crazy on this one. This is down so much from what it used to be. Maybe it's worth taking a chance on Russell Wilson. All right, so let's see where I'm at here. All right, so that's 850, 1250, 2050, 25, 25, 33, 25, 34, 75, 49, 25. Oh, this is challenging my math now. 50, 575 and 6775 for all of those. Man, somebody out there may want to double check my math. Go get your calculator out right now to make sure I added those up right. Boom, got it right. That's right, buddy. Those fifth grade math skills coming in handy. All right, so that's 6775. So that's 10,700 right there if I wanted to trade out of those three. All right, so then I've got these two kind of as question marks. So that would be another 4,800, 11,575 if I threw those in. We're pretty close in price to me being able to get all of those in return. I'd keep my tray.
So what are we thinking?
All right, Ryan, if my math is correct, all of these here add up to 13,575. You're giving me 13,200 on trade value here.
Okay.
So what I would say is, if we do all that straight up, so 13,200, 13,575.
Okay.
I'll pay cash for this.
And I'm getting the LeBron, the Embiid, the Henry, and the duel.
And I'm keeping back the tray.
You're keeping back the tray. I'm giving up that stuff. So I'm trading up. I'm taking less cards. Oh, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. No, I think that's fair. Yeah.
You think that's a fair deal?
Yeah, you good with
that? Good with that?
Yep.
Awesome.
Done.
Appreciate it, Ryan.
All right, man.
There you go. Look at that. A massive trade just went down at Burbank, and it's perfect timing for me because I'm going to take this whole pile of cards to the National and have some really exciting stuff to trade people at the National and a lot of big names, guys. I'm excited to take there with me. Ooh, another 250K Connor McDavid. Hey guys, I'm here with Kenny, and he's got some incredible hockey cards in his case. I'm going to see if I can work out a trade deal with him. Kenny, you've got a shop, right? Where are you from?
I'm from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. So right on the BC-Alberta border.
Awesome. Yeah. And what's your shop?
It's Imperial Garden Sports. High-end singles and sports card wax and breaks too.
I can see that. Many, many high-end singles, a lot of hockey, but then also other sports as well. So I'm trying to get my first high-end hockey cards here. So I'm going to have Kenny take a look through my cards from other sports to see if there's anything he'd be interested in trading for.
Football is probably like my number two. Yeah, probably like What value do you have on the Color Blast there?
I bought that for $10K. The most recent sales on that have been a little bit under that. They've been like, I think the last sale was like $9,200 on that.
US?
US,
Yeah,
US,
yeah.
yeah, US. All right, so in terms of those guys, so the McDavid's here, so that's those are his future watches.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
That's the 1010.
Those ones are low pop reports.
Yeah, I was curious. Do you know what the pop on that one is?
No, it's less than 40.
2 of them just sold on eBay within the last couple of weeks for US, right around 27.5. Both of them
I think
sold.
Golden had one at 38 last week.
38?
Yeah, US. Or no, sorry, just under 32 US.
32 US?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I think we got the combi. I think conversion worked out just under 39K, so that was rounded up a little bit. But
So it's pop 11 as a 1010, a 10 card grade and a 10 auto grade. Only 11 of those ever graded that way. So that's an incredible Connor McDavid card. So I would offer these 3 plus 10,000 US cash, whatever that works out to for Canada. So I'm pricing these. I'm kind of roughly. So I'm basically pricing this as 30K US, which is right between what it sold for on eBay and what it sold for on Golden over the course of the last few weeks. 2 of them sold on eBay for 28, and then I guess one sold on Golden, you said, for 32 US. So I put it at 30, which is right in between in terms of US.
You got about 20 on.
And then I put 20 US on these 3.
Yeah. Do you think you can come up a little bit on the cash? If we get to say 12K cash US? Or no, 11, sorry. So then that put me right around 38 Canadian. So 11, yeah, if you can do about 11 US.
11 US?
Yeah, and then these 3 for that. That would work for me.
You would do that?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 US.
Yeah, that works for you?
That works for me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The deal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got a deal.
Yeah.
And I just got my first big hockey card. That's incredible.
Congrats, Geoff.
Wow, that's incredible. And what a hockey card to get. That is awesome to get started with that one. Wow, very, very cool. You want to count that just to make sure?
No, we're good. I
okay.
trust you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you trust my counting. Okay.
You betcha.
All right. I'm not sure I trust my counting, but I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm here with Sean from Oahu Sports Cards, and man, you got a nice display case here. There's a couple of pieces that really caught my eye that I like to see. So first of all, you got a lot of autos. I love auto cards, but what really caught my attention is actually this one, because that Trout 2011 Topps Update card, that's of course, a big rookie card of his that a lot of people pay attention to. But in just a normal PSA 10, there's a lot of them out there. It's a high population card. But here you've also got it autographed, and it's a 10-10. So that's a unique way to take a very high population card and all of a sudden make it unique and make it very low population.
I think the pop is 35.
Can I see that one?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've had at least 6 or 7 people ask about this one.
Yeah. So what's your asking price on this?
My bottom dollar on it is 11,000.
11,000 is your bottom dollar on it. Okay. Have there been any recent sales on this that you've noticed?
Not that I know of. They used to sell for like 13,000 to 15,000 last season.
Right.
I don't really know how people are handling because I haven't really seen too many for sale.
Right. 11's what you're looking for on that.
People can't. It's not going to hit 10 grand, put it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this one's real interesting to me. Obviously, in my last vlog, you saw me pick up a Bo Jackson, same type of strategy. A Bo Jackson rookie card where there were a fair number of those cards in PSA 10, but with the actual on-card auto, with a 10 auto, it made it a very low population card. This is the same thing here with Mike Trout, right? Let me do a little more research on this and see what I find from research.
And I believe that's the only one in the room.
Yeah, so that's population 39. So there's only 39 of this card that has been graded to 10 with an autograph of 10. Obviously none higher because a 1010 is the highest you can go on PSA scale.
How's the history then? I haven't really checked on the sales history of it.
The sales history, I'm just seeing if there's anything. A 9.5 autograph 10 sold for about 4,000. A PSA 9 autograph 10 sold for 33.50.
Okay. Yeah, so when they were about 2,000 to 2,500, those are worth about 12 to 13. No, I'm not saying that it's an absolute, but relatively speaking, it should be about the same. So I think I have it priced actually pretty affordably if the 9s went up to about 33.
11,000?
Yeah.
All right, so I've been looking up price history on this card. The PSA 10 Auto 10 is so rare that I actually cannot find any recent sales of it over the last year. But what I have been able to find is a number of sales of the PSA 9 Auto 10. Those have gone anywhere from $3,300 on the low side up to $5,500 on the high side. He's asking for $11,000 for this 1010. Based on what you would expect a multiplier between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10 to be, which is typically 3 to 4x, that seems to be a relatively fair price. All right, hold that for a second. Let me think about this. So you're 11,000 on that. There was one more thing in this case over here that really caught my eye as well, and it was actually this ticket right here, this ticket stub. Can you show this to me and tell me about this? 1961, Roger Maris's 61st home run. So when he broke the home run record, that's the ticket.
Correct.
And that one is authentic condition. I know you had just looked up how many of these are out there in total.
Yeah, there's I believe the pop on Authentics is about 30. The total pop, including the graded, it's about 55.
So only about 55 of this ticket remain in existence from this game, at least that have been graded by PSA. Only 55 of this from when Roger Maris broke the home run record. And then this one is Mickey Mantle's 500th home run.
Yes.
How much are you looking for these?
For the pair, the bottom dollar is 8,000.
Now, would you consider selling them separately?
They kind of come as a pair.
I actually have more interest in the Maris. But I mean, the Mantle's cool as well.
Yeah. I can talk to my partner.
Okay.
He was supposed to come here, but he had the flu.
Do you mind if I take a photo of these and ask a friend what his thought is on them?
Yep.
All right, so I've got interest in that Mike Trout card, and I'm also kind of curious about these tickets. I don't have a lot of tickets, but I'm kind of curious to see what he might do on just that Maris ticket. I don't know if I'll buy it or not, but it's a really cool piece of history that is one of the few ticket stubs still in existence from the game where Maris broke the home run record.
Now he's saying 85, but we can do 8 on both if you do both.
Okay. Let me see the Trout again. I'm more nervous about the ticket stuff because I just don't know it as well, right? I mean, that's
been the problem. That's
the
why
thing. I don't know the ticket world as well.
Yep.
This is a really cool card. You know what I really like about this, I think I have 6 or 7 of these in PSA 10. The population count on those is in the thousands. It's a few thousands. The fact that I could sell a few of them and roll that money into this and get something that is, what was the pop on this?
39.
39? You said 11,000 on this? I mean, that's fair. I'd like to get it lower, but he said that's his bottom dollar. So PSA 9 selling in the range of 3,300 to 5,500. You know, PSA 10, 11,000. Pop 39, I think that's pretty fair. You know what? I want to get this one. I want to add this one to my collection. Let's do a deal.
Yep, cool.
Awesome. That's a really cool card. This is a case study on how you can take a very common card and make it extremely rare and desirable. In a PSA 10, this Topps Mike Trout rookie card, there's over 5,500 of them in existence. But once you add the autograph and you get the autograph graded, there's less than 40 that have graded a 10-10 with that 10 autograph. I love buying cards such as these because I think the lower population, the significantly lower population of the autograph version of the card is going to make it much, much more valuable in the long run. And the fact that I was able to pick this up for less than 4 times the cost of the regular version of this card, of which there are more than 5,500, to me, that is a deal. I'm extremely happy with this purchase. You know what year that is?
Let's take a look. 2017.
2017, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a cool card. Condition's not wonderful. It's a little beat up there in the back.
Always hard for the thicker cards.
But U.S. men's national team, early Pulisic U.S. men's national team card. It's pretty sweet. I have no idea what this thing is worth from a comp standpoint. Have you seen any recent sales of this? Or
So we priced our cars last night too, so this is a recent comps
Right.
on eBay. So we want to be as close as possible to comps.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
it's got to be the bottom.
All right, if you don't mind, let me see if I find anything real quick on that.
For sure.
All right, so one of these went on auction recently for a little more than what he's asking for on this. Of course, the only challenge with this one is that you got a fair amount of damage showing in the back of the card right there. You can see that corner's pretty chipped. You got a lot of kind of marking down the edge here. You got a little soft corner there as well. So that's going to detract from the value. Still overall really nice card though, and it's one of Christian Pulisic's early U.S. men's national team cards, which I like. Would you do 400?
I can't do 400. I can do 450.
450?
450 is my best price.
All right, you got a deal. 450 it is.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Good deal.
Yes, sir. Is it cool if I put you guys my Instagram too?
Yeah, let's do it for sure.
All right,
There we go. Awesome. Good to meet you, Jay. Good doing business with you, man. Appreciate it. So one of the things I really liked about this card, this is number 1 of 25. Having the first card always brings a little bit of premium value. I also like the fact this is a really early card for Pulisic in his U.S. men's national team jersey. On card auto, that's a big deal with the World Cup coming and him representing the U.S. next year. So today, I'm really gonna hunt for football cards. I think that right now we're in a little bit of an off-season lull with football. I think this fall is gonna be incredible for the football card market with all of the awesome rookies. People are gonna be chasing all these products with all the new quarterbacks. I think it's gonna help the entire football market, including all the way back to vintage. So I'm gonna start looking for a little bit of that today. All right, so this guy has what I like. He's got some really interesting football cards that are low pop football cards. Some of these I might want to make a play on. This is the type of card I'm going for right now. I think Select is undervalued. I think SGC is a little undervalued right now. This is a super low pop card from any grading company. So that's an interesting card to me. This one's really interesting as well. That's obviously super early in Brady's career. All right, so this is the card I'm looking at right here. So this card most recently sold in an uncirculated version for right around 2,000 bucks. It's gonna have a little bit of a premium over what the card's worth uncirculated. It might be a little high priced at 3,200, but it's a really nice card. It might be a card try to make a deal on this year. Are these your cards? What's your name, Brian?
Brian.
Hey Brian, Jeff, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I like that Brady there. I think 3,200's I think a little high on that. Are you firm at 3,200 or what do you think you can do on that for me?
My best on that would probably be 2,700.
2,700? All right, would you be willing to do 2,500? I do 2,500 on it.
I'll do it.
You'll do it for 25? Awesome. Good deal. Appreciate it. All right, that's a great deal. I'm happy about this. I don't have a lot of Brady. I'm happy to add some more Brady to my collection. Appreciate it. Good doing business with you. Absolutely. Have a great show. There it is. Got it. Love it.
Hello, sports card investors.
What's your name?
My name is Boren Serta.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Jeff.
enjoy your show, Jeff.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for all the content. Gives me something to watch.
The small cases often contain the best stuff. When someone's walking around with a tiny little case, you know that's got some good stuff in it. That's a really cool card. I love the kabooms. I'm a sucker for the kaboom cards. That's a gold kaboom Justin Herbert. The way this guy played last year, he looked like the real deal. If he continues to have that type of career, this right here is one hell of a card. What do you want for the Herbert?
I'll take 9 for it.
Take 9,000?
Yes.
That's interesting. I mean, I love the kabooms. I'd love to see the condition of this a little more.
Okay.
Is it okay to take it out?
Sure.
Do you want to take it out? I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't like touching them. Go ahead and take it out.
You want me to take? You want me to take?
Sure.
All right, I want to.
You know, if you drop the soda and spill it, you still got to pay for it.
Right. So condition's going to make a big difference on a card like this. Man, that's a sweet card. I'm normally a little skeptical of buying this expensive of a card of like this new of a player, especially someone who's coming off such a good year. It was almost nowhere for him to go but down. But I'm a sucker for the kaboom, man. And that is a gold kaboom.
One thing you should know between those two players, Lamar was more referred to as like a running back style quarterback.
and he never had the accuracy coming out of college, so I did not invest anything in him. Herbert, he put up numbers, the best rookie year. He had 28 touchdowns.
I love this selling. I love this selling. You're a good salesman. Do you do sales as a living?
I do.
You see, there you go. He does sales as a living. He's always like trying to add in the value, the extra value. I like it. I like it. So it's important when you're trying to evaluate the condition of a card to look at the back, because the back in particular will show corner defects better than looking at the front of the card will. By looking at the back of the card, I can tell that the corners are slightly showing a little bit of white, particularly this one down here. Get a little bit of chipping on the back edge right there. It's real minor, but unfortunately that's enough for PSA to knock that thing off of the 10 grade. Yeah, the centering's off on this one quite a bit. You can see like because the top of the K is supposed to be equally spaced. Okay, so you wanted 9 for that. I do like that card, 9. The challenge with trying to figure out a fair price on a card like this is it's in raw condition. So you're making a lot of assumptions based upon what this card could grade at, which is very speculative. Buying a raw card that's a high-end raw card, you're always taking a chance, because if it grades below what you hope it might, that could really ruin the return on your investment. I would do 7. I think 7's the best I could do on it. I would pay 7 cash for it, but I think that's the best I could do.
Is it 75? This beat me closer, not even halfway. But
I think I'm firm at 7. I'm just worried about the condition. Like, if it were graded, then obviously it'd be a lot easier to I'm a little worried that centering, because I'm thinking I would probably submit to BGS, but BGS is even tougher than PSA on the centering, which might take BGS like out of the option of getting a reasonable grade for this, and then you're hoping PSA gives it a 9, which obviously they don't. It would be pretty disastrous if you submit it and PSA comes back with like an 8, then that's disastrous, for the card price.
Sure.
So it's just a risk. So I feel comfortable at 7, but like I'm getting heartburn trying to do anything above 7.
Okay. Okay, well, let's do it then.
You want to do 7? Okay,
7.
Awesome. Good deal.
Thank you.
Nice doing a deal with you.
Absolutely.
I might have to sell some of my cards. I'm getting drained of my cash early. All right, this is Kevin. So he's got some cards he wants to show me. He flagged me down. He said, Jeff, you have to see these cards. So let's see what Kevin's got. Kevin, I can tell right off the bat here, Kevin's got big cards. These are 2012 Prism cards, and these are the Prism. So those are the refractor cards from 2012. These are very low population, rare cards. I like what I'm seeing from Kevin's stuff so far. That's the famous Kobe Topps Chrome card because he's being guarded by LeBron. Right there. These 3 are kind of standing out to me. The Steph in particular. Anyway, so you're interested, it sounds like these 2 are your main interest?
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about possibly doing a trade deal. He's wanting to pull comps of some of these cards. So, of course, the new Market Movers app to the rescue. We're going to use the new Market Movers app to pull comps of some of these and see what a fair trade value for all of these might be worth. I give you these 2 and 10K for those 3.
This is valuing at 40?
It's really hard to value it, but...
I mean, but that's what you're putting it at, right?
Yes, that's what I'm putting it at.
Can I think about it?
You can think about it.
I mean, and I'll come back to you later.
Okay. All right, and again, I'm totally... I'd love to throw this in and do something with cash for all of this if it works. So think about it, come back, and let's see if we can get something done. Okay, Kevin?
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, absolutely. Man, I was really hoping to close that trade deal when it was hot in the moment, but I really wanted that Curry. He seemed real reluctant to give up that Curry at what I thought was a reasonable price, so he had to walk away from the deal. I'm a sucker for these ones.
Oh, the kabooms.
Yeah.
Herbert kaboom. Oh, it's
Isn't that neat?
Yeah,
number to 10, the gold, Herbert kaboom, number to 10. Jake, what's up, man?
How you doing, Jeff? Nice to meet you.
I watch your show.
Thanks,
you do good
man.
content.
I really appreciate it.
So I heard you got some cards in there. I heard you got maybe have a couple Mahomes I might like.
I have a lot of Mahomes.
All right, let's take a look at what we got here.
Not a lot, but a lot in value. So we got first one right here.
So this is, by the way, JM Cards on YouTube. You guys check out JM Cards. Jake does great stuff on his channel.
Thank you. So we got a field level silver.
Okay,
right
you see, now I'm a sucker. You see, Jake brings this out because he knows I'm a sucker for select. So he right now sees me as an easy target because he's like, Geoff, I know Geoff drools over select, so I'm going to show Geoff some field level select Mahomes here.
Can't go wrong with the low pop stuff, and then you need some high pop.
The classic.
Not too crazy.
No, people like that one.
Prism,
People like that one.
It's liquid.
It's liquid. It's liquid. Prisms are liquid.
So those are my two football cards I have.
All right. Can I take a look here?
Yeah, looking to diversify.
So are you looking to trade or are you looking to sell?
I'm willing to trade, but I'm trying to get some cash in the deal to replenish.
Okay.
I made a big pickup yesterday. So
what did you get?
I got a 2014 Prism Messi Auto PSA 10.
Ooh, that is a big pickup. Yeah. Good for you, man.
Top 22.
So what cards are you looking to trade for?
LeBron, Brady, Kobe, baseball.
Right. Okay. Cool. Do you have a price in mind for these ones?
Yeah. So this one, I believe around 11,000 is what they're doing.
Okay.
The field level. So I'm looking for probably around 15 trade value on that.
Have there been any recent?
There has been some recent comps. So there was a True Gem Plus that did, I think, around 14, and then there's also a Min Gem that did 14 before that. So it seems like they're somewhere around there. I saw a Min Gem in the show that was stickered at 12.5. So
Okay.
I think with the True Gem with the 10 centering is definitely going to give it a bump. So that's why I think around 15.
Okay. All right, so you're around 15 for that.
Around 15, and then around 11 probably for the PSA 10. And I'd be looking to get I'd say at least 5 cash in the deal.
Okay, so the Prism fair price 11, market is that. The 9.5 at 15, I love that. I'm having a little trouble with the price there, considering a 10 just went for 15.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can work out a trade, some cash, and see see what we can do on that. You said you were looking for Brady. That one's pretty cool. I actually just picked that up at a booth. I don't like giving up Trae Young, but I actually have 3 of that card, so I'm like, well, if someone wants to trade for a little Trae, I guess it's I guess I can stomach it. I mean, those are obviously both pretty big cards, but I'd be open to them.
The ballpark on that.
So this one's real tough to price. I had told the guy 40. The last sale, that card is unbelievably low pop. The last sale of that card was a year ago in a BGS 9.5 for $8,000. And so I got to 40 by applying a multiplier from a 9.5 to a 10, and then looking at how Jordans have moved since exactly 1 year ago.
That's logical.
So it's very ballparky, but that's all I could figure out. And then the last sales on the Bird are right around 35. But I would be willing to do one of the Trays and the Mbappe, and then some cash. Figure out what that looks like. It's tough. I mean, with the PSA 10 having just sold for 15, and with how people they overvalued the 10s compared to the 9.5s, right? But with how people overvalue the 9.5, I would have trouble right now paying more for the field level than the Prism. You got the Prism at 11, and I don't think I could go above 11 on the field level just because of the 10 sold for 15. I just feel like if that were to go up at auction tomorrow, I just feel like people would see that 10 that sold for 15 and then apply, say, well, that's only a 9.5, so it's going to go for.
No, that makes total sense. Yeah.
But at the same time, I want you to be able to get out of it what you want to get out of it, right? I respect the fact that you feel that card has more inherent value than that, and it probably does in the long term. So what I would say is, I would just do a deal on the Mahomes then. If I'm going to do cash, I would do these two and 5,500 cash for that. So that basically puts it at, I think you assigned a trade value of what, 5,100 collectively for those two. So that put it at 10.6, half cash, half trade essentially.
Would you be willing to do just the Mbappe in cash? Because I do have someone who's interested in this, and they have a Brady Bowman Chrome 9.5, and he was offering that, not offering, but he said that he would be around that card in 3,000 cash. So the Brady is a card that I'm definitely more looking to pick up. I like the Mbappe because it's liquid. This one I feel like I have a little more trouble moving the tray. So if I was putting the Mahomes at around like the lower comp, I think I'd want to get like majority cash. So I'd probably be thinking like the Mbappe, so that's 26, like 7,900 in the Mbappe. That would put the Mahomes at 10.5.
Yeah, my only challenge with that is just that it is pulling a lot of cash out. Would you do the Mbappe in 7,500 cash? I mean, I'm also considering the fact that like if you were to put that on eBay tomorrow or something, you would get hit with
15%.
And so since we're going like cash heavy in the deal now, that's why I'm like wanting to bring it down a little further, is just because I'm accounting for essentially that.
Yeah. So if it sold for 11,000, I would net around 93 to 95. Yeah, I can do 75.
75?
That's
okay.
fair. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
You got a deal?
Appreciate it, Geoff.
Awesome, for sure. There we go. We got it worked out.